welcome everyone to episode 8 of ChrisCast. It's been a couple months, and it's been even longer since we've had GameBlock, who will be joining us in this episode on the podcast.
Hello, everyone.
I gotta say, GameBlock, you have been showing up on the channel a lot. I mean,
I-
you may not know as of right now what I'm talking about, but you guys will see soon because we do have a video in the making that we did record together for Chris's Corner. That's being edited right now as we speak. But that's not the whole deal with this episode. Today, we're going to be talking about some exciting stuff, including recapping Nintendo's 2023, just kind of giving our little thoughts on that, and then talking about Nintendo's 2024, but more importantly, talking about the next Nintendo system that all of us Nintendo fans are excited for, the Nintendo Switch 2. We're also going to be answering some of your questions from the Discord server, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I guess let's get started with talking about Nintendo's 2023 quick, just to get that out of the way. I think the first game that released was Fire Emblem Engage. Am I right?
That sounds about right.
I don't.
I'm going to look at it.
I don't even think I've touched that game. I don't even have that
Yeah,
game.
me neither.
If there was
I have never played a Fire Emblem game, and I do not intend to be honest.
I have one for the Game Boy Advance. I have the first one for the Game Boy Advance. I don't know if it's the first one in the series, but it's just called Fire Emblem. So I have that one, and then I have Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes for some reason. I don't even know why I have that game, but
Wasn't that you bought every game that year or something?
Yep, it was the year I bought every Nintendo Switch game that released, and it was a horrible year to do it because we got Nintendo Switch Sports, Mario Strikers Battle League, Pokemon Scarlet Violet. I didn't get that one, and I didn't. Okay, I got Violet. I didn't get Scarlet though, and I didn't get Rabbids or Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I didn't get that one either. So I got almost every.
I got Switch Sports, Mario Strikers Battle League, Pokemon Violet, and Mario plus Rabbids, and I regret pretty much all of them.
I got
Mario Strikers. The core gameplay loops is kind of fun, but there's just not a lot of content. I wish they added some more there, but that's a different discussion for a different time.
Video. I did get Kirby and the Forgotten Land though. That was probably my game of the year last year in terms of Nintendo games.
Nice.
I mean, I know that this is like 2 years ago, not last year. I keep forgetting that we're in 2024 now. But just a little sidetrack. A lot of people say that not Fire Emblem, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was like their Nintendo game of the year. I never got into Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I have it. I haven't touched it. I haven't played it yet. But I think Kirby was just a lot of fun. So there's that. Just gonna throw that out there. Maybe a hot take. There we go. But what else was there in 2023? Was there anything like in March?
Well,
besides the Booster Course Pass, but we'll get into that.
I have a list of notable releases pulled up right now, and this may be missing stuff because it is from Nintendo.fandom, not Mario Wiki, which I found is not super reliable. But Metroid Prime Remastered.
That's right.
Shadow dropped on February 8th.
Yep,
which I've been playing through recently. I picked it up again, and I am loving it.
I think like in terms of like the releases of that game, because there's like the original on the GameCube, there's the one for the like the
Prime Trilogy
on
the Wii.
Yep, on the Wii, and then there's also the remaster. That one's easily the best one.
100%.
I mean,
one of the best looking games on Switch, I think, honestly.
I mean, if it looks so good now, what do we think Metroid Prime 4 is going to look like?
Especially if that's on the next console.
We'll get into that soon, but that just gets me so excited to see what Metroid Prime 4 could look like. And then on top of that, like the controls are just great on the Switch version. Like,
yes.
It was awkward. I don't have Metroid Prime 2, or I don't have Metroid Prime on the GameCube, but I have Metroid Prime 2, and I do remember that one controlling kind of wonky. Same with the Metroid Prime Trilogy, because I got that on the Wii U eShop before it shut down.
Yeah, same. I got that a little bit before it shut down as well. I think right around when they announced it was going to be shut down. And I tried playing the original Metroid Prime before the remaster was announced, and I just couldn't get into it because the controls were just clunky. But with the remaster, it is super smooth. I really hope this is exactly how Metroid Prime 4 controls because it's just perfect.
If not, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah.
But let's see what else was there. There was
Kirby's
Kirby's
Return to
Return to
Dreamland
Dreamland Deluxe.
Deluxe.
Yeah, didn't get that one, but it looks good.
I did. It's pretty fun. I didn't complete it just because I got carried away with other games. But what I did play of it was really fun. Definitely recommend to fans of 2D platformers. Very good game.
And Kirby fans, definitely to the
Yes,
Kirby
and
fans.
Kirby fans, of course, Kirby fans.
I mean, if you're a Kirby fan and don't have that game, what are you doing? If you have Star Allies but you don't have Return to Dreamland Deluxe, what are you doing?
Yeah.
There was
There was of course the Mario movie.
Oh, I had a whole podcast talk about that. If you want to go into your thoughts about it, then you can. I already have a whole podcast about that. But
I'll keep it brief. I thought it was a phenomenal movie adaptation of the Mario series. I need to silence my phone because that is doing stuff. But overall, I had a smile throughout the entire thing. There were a few small things that I would have tweaked, like maybe not replacing some of not Grant Kirkhope, Brian Tyler. Wow, completely different person. Brian Tyler's music, if they hadn't replaced that with some pop songs, I would have liked. But other than that, really loved the movie overall. Other than a few pacing issues, really just knocked it out of the park. By far, Illumination's best movie, in my opinion.
It's not even a competition there. It is by far their best movie. I mean, Despicable Me 4 this year might challenge that, but the Mario movie will remain number one for a while. Oh, that's
true.
You know, a Mario movie 2 happens, and now that I'm thinking about it, do we talk about the Legend of Zelda movie in this episode as well? Do we get into that a little bit as well at the end if we have time?
Some speculation, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I had a whole video talking about that, so I could go on all day about that. But yeah, basically, like you said, it had the pacing of the Mario movie. It was it could have used 15 to 20 more minutes, and then it probably would have been fine.
A good comparison, I feel like, is almost like because little children don't have super long attention spans. It was edited like a Mr. Beast video, a little bit. It's just constant, just go, no downtime, for the most part, which kind of hurt the movie a little bit.
Yeah, but hear me out. For the Mario movie 2, if they want to make it longer and if they want to give the attention spans of children, just add Subway Surfers gameplay on the screen.
True.
But let's see. I think the movie was great overall. It was in my top 3 last year. It was behind Spider-Verse and Guardians 3, but because I like those movies a bit more. I just think they're better movies overall. I mean, a lot of people are gonna say like Oppenheimer was better, and that like John Wick may have been better.
I never ended up seeing Oppenheimer. I meant to go see it. Yeah, I meant to go see it, and then I just never did. I'll probably watch it on streaming at some point.
It's not the same, man.
But it looks good.
It's not gonna be the same, man. That's like you have to see it in theater experience. But enough movie ranting. What else did we have? We had
Advance Wars finally released.
Yep.
Did not pick that up. It looks good though.
I mean, I get why it was like delayed for so much because of like all the Ukraine Russia fiasco that's going on right now, or that's still going on and was especially going on when it came out. But that game just needed to come out, so they had to choose the time, and things aren't slowing down there, so just might as well drop it, you know? Just be like, yep, here's the game. I think it's supposed to come out 2022, right? But then it was pushed back to 2023. It was something like that.
Was.
But
yeah, I'm pretty sure. If I remember, actually, you know how you can preload games if you pre-order them. Before they delayed it, the preloads were like rolling out already, and then they like took them back because it was basically ready a whole year before its release.
Makes sense. And then it was like, oh, well, the world is going to shit. There's war going on. Well, we don't want to engage in that. We don't want people thinking we're capitalizing off of that, so we're gonna push it back. But yeah. We also had like what? There was, I think the next game was like Tears, right? Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm skipping over a few random releases that I have no idea what they are on this list, but yeah, like other than those, it's Let's see. I skipped over Tales of Symphonia Remastered, which I remember hearing about it, but I don't know
I don't
much
know
at
anything about
all
it.
about that. Journey of One Dream, no idea.
There's a
Bayonetta
yeah, I was
Origins,
just gonna say Bayonetta Origins, like Legend of
yeah,
Sever says Caesara.
yeah, Caesara and the Lost Demon.
Yeah, that one.
Again,
I don't know
no
anything
idea.
about. It was that
Yeah.
one game. It was that one Nintendo game at the Game Awards 2022. That's all I
Oh
remember it as.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
was in the show with Bill Clinton kid, who
Yep.
who apparently got
Yep.
banned last year. Oh, what a great show! Last year's was such a snooze fest. I swear.
So was this year's kind of, to be
Well,
honest. Except
that's what
World
I
of Goo
meant.
2. World of oh yeah.
Last year, 2023. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
I'm not ready for it to be 2024.
it's
But anyway, yeah.
it's 2024, whether we like it or not.
Yep. Tears of the Kingdom.
I have. Ooh, that one I put way too much time into the first like week or so. I put like 50 hours the first week or something. I don't know. Okay,
Dang.
I don't know if that was the first week or if it was the first 2 weeks. It was something around there though. I played that game a lot. Like it was to the point where I did not work on videos for almost a whole month because of it. It wasn't until
That
conveniently enough, it wasn't until our collab we talked about the Nintendo, like how Nintendo make it come to Switch, that I was like, yeah, I need to get back on the video mind like grind set again. That game took so much of my time, but I don't regret any second of it. It was a great game.
I put about like 70 hours into it, if I could speak properly. Wow. Uh but it absolutely loved every second of it. I'm pretty sure I was going to like do a bunch more of the side quests and stuff, but then again I got sidetracked by another game. I don't remember which one. But actually I think it was the physical release of Prime Remastered because I waited for the physical release.
Mm.
Um
I thought that came out in like March though.
no, the February 8th was the normal release, and then I think
Physical was
the
like March or
physical
April. Because I remember
I
getting it
could have
before
sworn it was
Tears.
like for some reason I think it was weirdly. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Pikmin. It might have been Pikmin.
It was
Pikmin 1
probably
and 2.
Pikmin, yeah. Because those ones
Uh
came out in like June.
yeah. And then physical release was August. So I think yeah, I played Tears of the Kingdom through like August and then started that. I'm pretty
Jeez.
sure.
Only 70
Um
hours in a matter of 3 months?
I don't have a lot of free time.
That's fair. That's fair. Even during the summer, though, that's crazy.
Oh wait, yeah. Maybe it was something else. I'm not sure. I didn't even realize that was summer. I don't remember when, or why I played Tears of the Kingdom, but I remember it was good.
You don't know why you played Tears of the Kingdom? It's a life-changing masterpiece, man.
Oh, okay. I know why I started playing it. I don't remember why. I should say I don't remember why I stopped playing Tears of the Kingdom.
That's fair. Um, but yeah, phenomenal game. I think like at least compared to like other 3D games, its story was kind of lacking. But you know, that's just like the whole open world syndrome of like
I
just
feel like for a Zelda game, it also had like really good story. Because like Zelda games, typically they have good story, but they aren't like
super in depth.
super. Yeah, I really did enjoy the memories in this game, the
The
Dragon's
memories
Tears. I
were
won't
good, yeah.
spoil them. I won't spoil them in case anybody watching hasn't
Yeah.
done that. But overall, if you do them in the right order, PSA to anyone who hasn't done them yet, do them in the order that that is shown to you in the Forgotten Temple. Otherwise, you get major story spoilers.
Or
If you
you're
do
just
them in the right
confused.
order, they're really good. Yeah, yeah,
I did them in the right order, thankfully. So
yeah. Same.
yeah. I think there's like one or two cutscenes, like just like little cutscenes in between that I might have missed because I haven't gotten that far into the story yet. But
I'm pretty sure those
no,
like
there's
those don't really give spoilers
yeah,
or anything.
it's just like the tiers that are like yeah, the tiers. It's like we go to like 1 through like 11 or something. And then
Oh
there's
yeah,
like a
and in
gap.
the menu there are some cutscenes that you
Yeah,
get from later story stuff.
yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I was talking about. Which is
yeah.
weird, but it is what it is.
Those give you yeah. Those give you some extra information, but like anything that you see in the Dragon's Tears isn't really spoilers
Yeah.
for any of those. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure you're meant to get the Dragon's Tears before those, but again, I'm
Who
not the developer,
knows?
so I'm not sure.
let's see, what else we had? We had the June Direct. I don't even think we talked about the February Direct. Was there even anything notable in that one? Okay, there was Mario RPG. There was Luigi's
Uh,
the physically enhanced or the visually enhanced version of Luigi's Mansion
Luigi's Mansion Dark
for Dark
or
U for
Luigi's
the
Mansion 2 is what they're
for the
calling it now for some
Nintendo
reason.
3DS.
Yes.
That's what it was
Um.
called in the Direct because I remember I think we podcasted after that Direct.
Yes. Yeah.
No, that was the
I do
June
remember
one. That was the June one. That wasn't the February one. That was the June one. What was
Yeah.
even
Wait.
in the February one?
Was there a September direct? There was a September
Yeah, that was where
direct,
the
right?
Princess Peach Showtime's
When it
name,
said,
and then
and it's also where they called it Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, the
yep.
final name.
But what was in the February Direct?
Uh,
Game Boy Advance Online.
yeah, Game Boy Advance,
Was that really?
and
Hold on.
I think yeah.
I swear that was
Um,
like September last year. Hold on, let me look because I know
I'm
I
gonna
did.
look through the. We got a trailer for Pikmin 4.
Yeah.
We got Wave 4. We got the characters for the Booster Course Pass announced. We got Birdo.
Oh,
That
that's
was,
right. I'm trying to remember. Okay, so
and we got the
no.
Tears of the Kingdom trailer that I'm pretty sure it was the one where we first heard Ganondorf's voice actor.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here. Where is it? Live. Did I go
Was
live?
WarioWare Move It, I think, was then as well, right?
WarioWare.
And was that
that was
Mario
June.
Wonder announcement?
That was all June.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
because
so
Mario
yeah,
Wonder
it
and
was Game
WarioWare
Boy and
were in
Game
the
Boy
same.
Advance that were in the February Direct. It doesn't sound
Oh, and
right.
who could forget? We got the trailer for oh shoot, I lost it and I forgot what I was talking about. Never mind. Oh shoot. I was making a joke and then I forgot.
Yeah, okay, it
I was
was.
I was looking on a game on the list and it was funny. Uh Ignore that. Never mind.
Yeah, okay, so it
I
was Game Boy
can't believe I
Advance
forgot.
in February because I just pulled up
Oh, Detective Pikachu, that's what it was.
Oh, was
I
that
just
another?
lost it on the list.
That's right. That was the direct that started with like Pokemon DLC. I was watching it with the trio. We were just like, because it was a snooze
Detective
fest.
Pikachu looks like a 3DS game.
It does.
Like the original one was one of the best looking games on the 3DS. I will like it looked great for the 3DS game.
And
It's like they took that and they're like, "Oh, we got praise for this graphically. Let's just do that again on the Switch." Which is a completely different console that is not held to the same standards as the 3DS.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At that point, they might as well just have made that game for the 3DS and release it on the 3DS
Honestly,
in
yeah.
2023.
Last 3DS game.
Exactly. But,
Release it just as the eShop is closing.
True. No physical release in sight. Just digital. And
Yep.
you have one day to get it. It drops on the last day of the 3DS's life. That would've
Rarest
been funny.
3DS game.
Exactly, and you can't even sell it for a lot of money because it's digital.
Exactly. Yep.
Because like at that point, anyone could just homebrew their 3DS and just get it digitally that way, and it's not like, oh, I actually spend money for this. But anyways, June Direct, because I think the February one, I don't remember that one except for like Game Boy Advance, Game Boy games. I swear that was like just September last year, but no, that was the Farming Direct. September of 2022. That was the Farming Direct.
Yep.
February was Metroid Prime, Game Boy Advance.
I could have sworn there. What was the last announcement?
I'm
Or February was just a Tears of the Kingdom trailer for the last thing, right?
Was it? Hold on.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it's the one where they reveal
the
Ganondorf's
Ganon's
voice,
actor, yeah.
where it's like sweep over Hyrule, all that one.
Yeah, yeah, it was that one. Because I have me and the trio's reaction here. That's how I like found out it was Game Boy Advance. Because I remember like Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga was like showed up, and I was just going crazy because I love Mario and Luigi. Those were great games.
I need to play them. I have no excuse. I have the expansion pack. I should really just play Superstar Saga. Saga, not Staga.
Superstar
Wow.
Saga.
I cannot speak today.
Superstar Saga. There we go. Gotcha there. All right. We're already like 20 minutes in, so we should probably speed through the rest of the what is it called, the 2023 stuff, so we can get into the stuff people want to hear about. Because we could go on all day about like 2023, because that was a great year for the Switch. But we also had
It
like,
was, yeah.
so after Tears, everyone's favorite game, everybody's favorite game, everybody want to
Everybody
Switch.
want to Switch.
Oh,
Honestly, game of the year. Game of the
oh
year,
yeah,
to be honest.
I,
Game
I
of the
think
decade.
game
Game
of
of the
the
decade.
millennium.
It was one of the games, you know? It was really just one of the games. It's crazy.
I didn't get that game.
Me neither.
Do you think it's gonna be one of those like rare Switch games in the future? Do you think it's gonna be like one of those that like are worth like nothing?
Well, let me see if I can find it. I took a screenshot of an Amazon listing of that game being sold by Nintendo. If I can't find it quickly, I'll say it. But they were selling it for, yeah, I can't find it. A stupidly low price. I believe it was $10. The physical version on Amazon being sold by Nintendo was on sale for $10, and no one was buying it.
So I guess in the future though, like when the Switch becomes a retro system,
Exactly. If no one buys it then it is going to skyrocket to an insanely high price later down the line because no one has bought it. Their copies aren't in circulation.
well, I feel like there's a lot of copies around though, because like you see that like fully stocked in every store, like every store that sells video games. So there's a lot of
True, but they haven't, like, I doubt they made a lot of stock of the game. It's so just outside of that original stock that's no one's bought from the stores. I doubt there are many other copies, which, like, on paper that might seem like a lot, like maybe off the top of my head a couple, like 10,000, let's say that. But like in comparison to so many other Switch games, I feel like it'll definitely become one of the more rare ones, especially as time goes on and more copies are lost or damaged.
shoot. Maybe I need to get a copy and keep it sealed, brand new. Get it graded, and then there we go. We can get have a
Instant money.
$10,000 Switch game in the future.
We also got Pikmin 4. I
Haven't
I did
played
not buy it, but
it.
not because I don't like Pikmin, because I wanted to play Pikmin 1 and 2 first. I'm
Hmm.
currently still playing through Pikmin 1. Uh, I will say the Switch version, it's not very much enhanced from the GameCube, so it does show its age a lot.
Oh yeah.
I'm tempted to just go to 4 because 4 looks like it's so much fun that I really do want to play the rest of the series first, but I might just cave and get 4 at some point.
Honestly, like I've heard that like for like new fans or people that want to get into the Pikmin series, I heard that 4 is like the best way to get in. Just because
Yeah,
of, like
I've heard that too.
just because of how like I guess user friendly it is or something.
Yeah.
I have a friend actually that played the game and he said it was like his favorite game that Nintendo released last year, like even better
Oh
than
yeah,
Tears of the Kingdom.
I've heard so many amazing things about it. I really do want to play it. I probably will end up just getting it and then maybe going back and playing Pikmin 1 through 3.
Yeah, I would honestly do that. I should probably get Pikmin 4 one of these days as well. I have Pikmin 3 Deluxe, haven't touched it. Like it's open, but I haven't touched it. But I want to try a Pikmin game, so I think I'd get Pikmin 4 to try that. Because that game looks great graphically as well, on top
Oh
of
yeah,
the fact that it looks fun.
just it makes sense why it took so long for them to develop it.
10 years? Or
Yeah,
was it...
something like that. Well, I'm pretty sure Miyamoto said around, I want to say 2016 or 2015, the game is almost done. That was Miyamoto's quote.
Pikmin 4 for the Nintendo Wii U is almost done. Please wait
Yep.
one more year for us to get Pikmin 4 on the Wii U. Fast forward
It's-
7
it's-
years later.
It's games with the number 4 and then Metroid Prime 4, Pikmin 4. They take forever to develop. That's the answer.
That's why Mario games.
That's why there's
have the
exactly. That's why I was literally about to say that. Mario Bros.
games-
4.
It wasn't named 4. They didn't want to have that curse.
Or it's just been in development this whole time. They've made other 2D Marios as just side projects. This Mario Bros. 4 coming out in 2050.
Did you know that Super Mario World was actually Super Mario Bros. 4?
In Japan, yeah.
Yeah. So we have Super Mario Bros. 4.
And technically, we also have Super Mario Bros. 5 because Yoshi's Island was subtitled Super Mario World 2 in the US.
But that wouldn't make it Super Mario Bros. 5 because it was subtitled Super Mario Bros.
Well,
5.
Super Mario World 2, though, is a sequel to Super Mario World, which was titled Super Mario Bros. 4. So the sequel to Super Mario Bros. 4 would naturally be Super Mario Bros. 5.
So you're saying that Yoshi, like the sequel to Yoshi's Island, is Super Mario Bros. 6?
Yes.
And
So
then
Yoshi's New Island for the Nintendo DS is Super Mario Bros. 6.
So that means Yoshi's.
Unless you count Yoshi's Story.
So you're saying that Yoshi's Crafted World is like Super Mario Bros. 10 or something?
Something like that. I don't know.
Anyways,
where is this conversation gone?
I don't know.
F-Zero 99. F-Zero 99 Shadow dropped. September
Fun
Direct.
Game.
Fun game. Yeah.
That's all we gotta say. It's F-Zero. It's gonna be fun. It's probably my favorite of the 99 games.
Yeah, same. It's just really great gameplay loop overall. Detective Pikachu Returns came out. I don't think either of us care.
Nope.
Great.
Pokemon DLC also came out in sometime this year or last year, and I don't care.
Neither do I.
Anything Pokemon, unless they make a good game, I don't give two shits.
Yep, that's fair. Mario Wonder, though, I think we do care about.
Mm-hmm.
Very good game. Best 2D Mario, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Just fun from end to end. Yeah.
I have a whole review coming out right now, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut about what my thoughts on the game are, just so that you guys can wait for that in the review. That's, at least as at the time of me recording this, it's about halfway done, so expect it in the next month. I want to be more consistent, but we'll see. We'll see if this year's the year.
Yeah, same. I've been working on a video that is super long. I've been working on it for a while.
Yeah.
And it's just taking forever. Yeah. It's for anyone who watches my channel, who is listening to this, the Mario Kart video, the big one that I've been referring to, it will probably come out this month. I am seriously working hard on it. I swear I'm not just being lazy and not uploading.
It's just a lot of stuff in there, you know?
Yes, there's a lot of stuff in there. But WarioWare also came out.
I didn't get it.
I did. I did not play through all of it, but it's a fun time.
It looks
I feel
fun.
like it's definitely this one. I feel like is one of those games that's a lot more fun if you have like friends over to play it with, which I have not done that. So I feel like I'll definitely have the most fun with that whenever I can get a group of friends over.
I could just imagine you. Hey guys, Jacob with the GameBlock here. Do you guys want to play Mario or WarioWare Move It?
Yeah.
I've heard it's like a pretty good one though, so I might check it out sometime.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's also Super Mario RPG. I have it. I got that.
It's so good. I absolutely love that game. Didn't beat it. I'm towards the end of the game. I'm still working through it, but absolutely love it so far.
I have it. I've been meaning to play it, but I've been just so busy with this, like just getting videos, working on videos and stuff. I just want to be more consistent, so like that's gonna be a big factor in like me not being able to play games outside of I'm making a video about it.
Yeah, that's fair. I was originally going to do some stuff with it for a video, and I might still, but yeah, it's overall just really good game. And also, we got Thousand Year Door remake announced.
Oh, September, that's cool. Right. That, and then we got Princess Peach Showtime's like release date and name. The visually enhanced version of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for the Nintendo 3DS. That got its official name. Unfortunately, it wasn't that name. I really wish that was. That
would be. I might make a mock-up cover of that
for fun. You should. That'd be so funny.
Visually enhanced version of Luigi's Mansion 2 for the Nintendo 3DS family of systems.
Is that really like the full name? Was that what it was?
I think I don't think they added 3DS family of systems, but it would be funny.
It would be funny.
But I believe that's about all the major releases.
Yeah.
And announcements that we got in 2023. So
I mean, there's
2023, good year.
Great year. This year though, since we're finally getting to the point where we can talk about 2024, right now it's looking kind of.
Oh, Booster Course Pass. We didn't even. Booster Course
We
Pass is
have a
good.
whole video about
Yeah,
that coming out
yeah.
soon.
Booster Course Pass is good. It's is Wave 4 is the best wave in my opinion. That's all.
Yep.
All I'm
Wait,
gonna say.
well, Wave six was
Almost Wave 6.
Wave 6 was pretty good, but I think like
Wave 6 I thought was the best when it came out, but after recency bias has died down, Wave 4 just was so good.
I think that's fair. I mean, there was Yoshi's Island. I love that track. There was
And DK Summit. DK Summit
DK
so good.
Summit. That was a great one. GBA Riverside,
Riverside Park.
or was it Lakeside? It was Riverside. It was Riverside.
Riverside, yeah. I wanted Lakeside, but Riverside's also really
The
good.
Lakeside. I think it's funny. Okay, so just a little bit of a sidetrack again. So I think it's funny. The same week that Wave 5 came out and Sunset Wilds didn't have the skybox change in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, GBA Lakeside Park has skybox changes in Mario Kart Tour. That was funny. Like that was announced and there were skybox changes with like when the volcano erupted. That was funny. It was like, wow, thanks for slapping us in the face there, Nintendo. Your mobile game could have skybox changes, but not your multi-million dollar making game. Your best selling game for your best selling system.
Oh well. But anyway, on to 2024. Sorry for slightly derailing that for a second.
Oh yeah. It only took 30 minutes to get here, but here we are. Starting 2024, I think was like another Code Recollection or something.
Yeah, I have not played that. I've heard great things about it.
It's not even out yet.
Not my
dude.
cup of tea.
It's not even out yet.
Oh, okay. I
comes out-
don't have any intention on playing it. I've heard great things about it, just not my cup of tea. I've heard great things
5
about the
days.
original game.
5 days and
The
it comes
origi-
out. I think it was
the Wii. It was on the Wii and the DS, I believe,
Yeah.
and I've heard great things about it. Just again, not my
I
cup
haven't
of
heard
tea.
anything about that game. I don't even know
Really?
what that game is. No. Is it like an RPG or something?
I think so. I don't even know what it is. I just remember saying that doesn't look good, like in my eyes, but I've heard great things about it. It's highly praised. I don't care though.
All I remember is that was the DS Wii remake that Piora was talking about on Twitter.
Yep.
That's the only
Yep.
thing I remember about that. So then February is Mario vs. Donkey
Mario
Kong
vs. Donkey
remake.
Kong,
I think that's
which we got a trailer for recently as
Yeah.
well, a new trailer, and it has some new content. Overall, it looks pretty good. The music they've redone sounds amazing in my opinion, and also they've released some new renders for the game, which is just like they look nice. The new, I'm not going to go on a whole side tangent about this, but the new style of
GameBlock
renders
likes-
that
GameBlock likes his renders for his thumbnails.
the new style of renders though that they've been doing, like first the Mario Wonder style, now the Mario vs. Donkey Kong style, like I don't know, I've really liked it. Nintendo renders, like it's interesting looking at all the different styles of them.
I mean, we
Just
have the new Super Mario Bros. Style. We have the new Super Mario Bros. Wii style. We have the new Super Mario Bros. 2 style. New Super Mario
Okay.
Bros. U style. My favorite
Okay.
style of the bunch there. I love the plastic
What
look
I-
of those games.
True,
I love those
true.
renders. Those renders are great. Who needs Mario Wonder's expressive renders when you have lifeless Mario?
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, again, not gonna go on a tangent about this. But like, if for example, if you look at 3D World, it's box art and the renders on there. It just like you can the colors are kind of more washed out a little bit versus like they're super saturated in Mario Wonder, and it's kind of a little bit more of a balance with Mario vs. Donkey Kong, kind of the more of the Mario Odyssey style without the super detailed mustache. Not going on a rant, but yeah, renders good. Renders are good.
Now, who needs the remake of a game when you have the original? I'm
True,
just not gonna
true.
focus on
Actually, I have it on my Wii
gonna
U.
focus. I don't
which
think it's gonna
is-
focus on it. But yeah. I just recently
Yeah.
got this one because I don't plan on getting the original, or I don't plan on getting the remake. So I was like, you know what? I found that for like $20. I was like, I might as well grab it. How often am I gonna see Mario versus Donkey Kong for the Game Boy fans in the wild? Never.
Yeah, I have it on Wii U Virtual Console. My TV is too bright for the camera to actually focus on it. But like it's on back there because I was in the middle of a cutscene at one point and I paused it and I didn't know if my game was saved. So yeah,
Let's
it's
see. What else do we got this year? We got the Luigi's Mansion 2 HD sometime summer 2024. Bro is running away.
Yep. Sorry. My mom just brought me Starbucks because she is a wonderful mother. Um, I got tea.
You
Yay.
got a cup of tea.
Cup of tea in it.
But let's see. We also got we obviously got Mario or Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Again, I just recently got that game. I don't want to get it out of my shelf, or else it's gonna cause a big mess with all my games on that shelf because Super Nintendo and NES games they like falling over if there's any slightest bit of movement for no reason.
Yep.
But
I have a bunch of my games propped up with Amiibo back here, and like if sometimes if I take one game out,
all
like the Amiibo will like lose hold, and all of them just fall over. It's a pain. But yeah, Thousand Year Door remake looks amazing. Yeah, one of the best graphical displays that we've seen on Switch, honestly, in my opinion. Even just based off the little we've seen of it.
Now, we could say this for later, but do we think that Thousand Year Door 2 or remake could be for the Switch 2 as well, like a cross release?
I think so.
We'll get into that when we talk about the Switch 2 when we get there. But I think just based on how it looks, I think it could definitely be a Switch 2 like launch title.
I think it is also very possible that it is like I think it might cross release on Switch 2 as well, but I feel like it's possible the footage we've seen of it is Switch footage because the amount of power Nintendo's been able to draw out of the Switch is insane. Like look at Luigi's Mansion 3, Paper Mario: The Origami King for one. Another Paper Mario game looks so good. Just it's insane. This is a console with 4 gigabytes of RAM and is running on like a phone chip. A phone chip from like 2015, I'm pretty sure, is what it's running on. It's insane that they've been able to draw so much power out of it.
No, I'm just trying to remember here. Was there like the colored buttons like the Super Nintendo buttons in the Thousand Year Door?
Yes. Remake? Yes, there were.
Okay, that's why I was thinking maybe Switch 2, but we'll get into that later. But I think that's it that we know of from Nintendo this year, right? Well, there's Splatoon DLC, but sorry, I almost fell asleep at the thought of that.
To be honest, I think Splatoon is a great game.
It is, but
that I do not play.
Exactly. It's a fun game to play, but I don't play it.
Yeah. I had some fun with the story mode of Splatoon 3. I really did enjoy that game for the first few weeks. I really thought I would get into the series, and then I just put it down and never picked it back up again.
It's spent $60 on that game just for me to play like 1 or 2 hours of it.
Yeah.
It's sad to think that I spent more time in Mario Strikers Battle League than Splatoon 3. I streamed more Mario Strikers Battle League than I played Splatoon 3, for crying out loud. That is just sad.
That is kind of sad.
Ooh. That's gonna be 15 hours of my life I never get back. Hey, at least I was playing Mario Strikers Battle League with Cake, and I wouldn't have played it without him. That's the only reason why I played 10 hours of it on stream.
But what else do we have?
I think that's revealed. Booster Course Pass is done.
Yeah.
Pokemon DLC is done. I'm pretty sure anyways.
I could have sworn there was something else that I just can't think of what it is.
There was Golden Sun coming on Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, there is that. I don't know. I could have sworn it was like an actual like Switch game.
I don't know though.
But I don't know.
If it is one,
I'll look it up, but I could be completely wrong. Yeah.
But what do we think could be coming to the Switch this year, though?
So
I think this year
we're not Switch 2, not Switch 2.
Yeah, let's just talk Switch right now.
Okay.
Because with the Switch 2, we could like go down a whole.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. What? There's a. It's not a Nintendo game, but it came to Switch. the Ubisoft game Prince of Persia,
Yeah,
the
that
Lost
one.
Crown or something. I don't know. It looks good. I think I might pick it up because it looks a lot like it looks like a cross between a Metroidvania and a platformer, which I love. But I'm not going to talk about that because not Nintendo. I for some reason my brain registered that as Nintendo because it's on Switch. But
I swear there's something else. Smash Bros. Getting an update
oh
with
yeah,
spirits.
new spirit stuff. That's cool.
That's it though. I think that was the only
Yeah.
stuff I could think of. But yeah, let's talk about Switch first. What do we think is coming to the Switch 2024 that we don't know about it yet?
Excuse me. Sorry. There. Also, for anyone who's, do you release an audio version of this?
Yeah.
Or okay, so for anyone who's on visual listeners, I have a little bit of a cold, which is why I've been blowing my nose constantly. Just I don't know why I feel the need to mention that, but there's context. Yay.
You audio losers. I mean listeners. Anyways, how do we feel about like a possibility of like a Metroid 2 and 3 remaster? Do you think they would do like the same treatment as Metroid 1 or Metroid Prime 1? Or do you think it's going to be
So
like
Metroid 2 definitely not. I feel like because it was already done on the 3DS. They might port Samus
I mean
Returns.
Prime, Metroid Prime 2,
Oh,
3. That's
Prime
what I
2.
meant. I forgot the Prime.
I didn't
My
even
bad.
register that. I was thinking Super Metroid remake.
No,
Super
no.
Metroid remake for one would be really cool.
I mean,
Uh,
well, we could get
in
into
like
that
Dread's
later,
engine.
but
Yeah. Prime 2 and 3 though. I really hope they do that based on the rumors that were surrounding Metroid Prime 1 as well as the 2 and 3, the ones that said Prime 1 was getting basically a remake, like a full visual remaster. They originally said 2 and 3 would not be getting that treatment, that they would be getting just more basic ports. But
okay.
given we haven't already gotten them, I think maybe, just maybe, Nintendo saw the success of Prime 1 on Switch, because it was like on the top of the bestsellers on Amazon
Yeah.
for a bit. And potentially they decided let's do the same thing for 2 and 3. I really hope that is the case.
Because do you know how cool it would be? Like, so they released like Metroid Prime 1 through 3 remastered, like individually, and then later on down
And
the
then
line,
on the Switch 2, they might release a trilogy.
I don't know, they would release a
I
trilogy.
doubt it. I doubt
I was
it.
more so thinking like just in the future though that maybe it would be for the Switch 2, and since it will hopefully be more powerful, it'll be able to have like all of them on one cartridge. So then it could be like a So then it could be something like it's like a Metroid Prime trilogy remastered, and it's like a special edition game.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
And I'm not talking about I'm more so talking like it would be like the price of the 3 games combined. I don't think they would do them
Oh,
just as like
yeah,
like a
it would
special
definitely be.
like a special
I
limited
could see it
edition.
maybe be. I could see it maybe being like Nintendo would charge like 130 for it, like a significant discount from buying them individually. But there's no way they do $60. Like Metroid Prime's trilogy on the Wii was already so out of character for Nintendo back then, and Nintendo now it's even more so. They're not doing that.
They wouldn't. I mean, sure they give us good deals from time to time, like 48 Mario Kart tracks with 8 characters for $25. But that's because
True,
the game
but like
sells
when
well.
it comes to when it comes to full games, like
They're not nice like
it was
that.
a big deal. It was a big deal when they dropped the price of like it's only been within the past couple years that they've decided to start releasing some games for like $40 or $50, and that was a big deal. Instead of releasing everything as $60.
Yeah, I mean, why can't New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe been like 40?
They released Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze as 60 on Switch. It was 50 on Wii U. New Funky Mode is not worth $10.
Funky Kong is worth $20. It should have been $70 at launch.
You're right. Donkey Kong, New Funky Mode. Honestly, you know what? New Funky Mode itself is just $70. It's on par with Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh yeah, Funky Kong is life changing.
Funky Kong changed my life.
10 out of 10, Abe. Not as cool as DK and Woody Woods though.
True.
Anyways, well, let's not go down that rabbit hole. We've been like
Yeah,
rambling about random stuff
Yeah.
for like the last 10 minutes. I swear we haven't even talked about predictions for. Well, we did talk about Prime 2 and 3 remastered. That's possible.
Yes.
and then I guess
Um,
like a Switch 2 version for that. I don't think we're getting any like huge games for the Switch this year. I think Princess Peach
yeah.
Showtime is like the big Switch game, like in
Yeah,
terms
I
of like
think
new games.
honestly, and I'm not going to go in depth in this yet because I know this is a topic for later, but I feel like all the big games are going to be on the next console
Hmm.
and that's going to release.
Now I have a feeling that we could maybe get like a Mario Sports or a Mario Party, like at the end of the Switch's life.
I
It's about
I
time.
don't I don't think a Mario Party. I think Mario Party we might get one on the Switch too, just to like have that on
It's like
there,
a
especially because
as like a way to show the
I,
gimmicks.
that and also Mario Kart because the Booster Course Pass finished this last year.
Hmm.
I doubt they'd release Mario Kart 9 or 10 or whatever you want to call it,
Like
based on your
like
opinions
year
on
one,
tour.
yeah.
Uh, yeah. So I feel like maybe if they want to have a party game that's Switch 2 exclusive, they release a Mario Party game.
Hmm. It's
Mario
possible.
Sports though, Mario Sports I could completely see.
Yeah, it's overdue at this point. It's like they have like a every other year system. So I think we're getting Mario Baseball this year. As much as I don't
That or
want them
Mario
to,
Hoops.
I don't think it's gonna be Mario Hoops. I think it's gonna be Mario Baseball. They seem to be doing like
Yeah,
the.
I agree.
It seems like they're doing like the heavy hitters from like the GameCube. So like it would be
Yeah, and they're
baseball.
ruining all of them.
Yep.
They're half baked. They need to spend more time on them.
No, because money. They get sales at the beginning, and then no one cares about them when the content comes out. That's the Nintendo quota for you. But let's see what else is there. We got a lot of Mario coming out this year. That's for sure. And then add on top of probably Mario Baseball. That's a lot of Mario. What other franchises could be getting something this year? Kirby definitely probably is.
Oh yeah, Kirby gets something like every year.
It's hard to say what it could possibly be this time because
Imagine Forgotten Land 2 was like a Switch 2 launch title.
I mean, I think that's too soon though for a new
Uh,
3D Kirby.
I agree. It would. I feel like they should definitely take their time in developing it. Especially they took a while with Forgotten Land, because I'm pretty sure it was in development for a long time if I remember properly.
I don't even
And
know.
also it would probably again I don't want to go into too much depth with this because talking about it later, but it could conflict with another platformer potentially
Yes,
launching.
but
Uh,
Kirby will probably get like either another like remaster slash deluxe port or like another random spin-off like Kirby's Dream Buffet. I don't know what it could possibly be. It's hard to say with Kirby. Kirby could be literally anything. You could have a cooking simulator this year for all we know.
yeah.
I have a cook
We could do.
like the mini
It
game,
could be Kirby. Yep, that's what
like
I was
like the
about
mini
to say.
game from
Yeah.
the Kirby or from Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yes.
They
Oh,
did.
or also I was thinking you were going in a different direction. Or the Kirby game that we came up with for Nintendo Land.
Oh, that's right.
If it was just like an eShop title, that'd be sick. That was Kirby's Candy Clash, I think,
I
right?
think it was Candy Clash. Yeah.
So moving on from that Kirby game that we definitely didn't jump cut past some stuff right now. That we definitely just finished talking about.
Um,
Transition.
Transition. Yes. I can't think of
I
anything
couldn't
else
think of
for
anything.
Switch. Honestly, like I
Yeah.
think, do we just get into the Switch 2 at this point? Like the Switch is basically done. There's not much to talk
Yeah.
about with the Switch anymore. It's like everything that's been.
There's no way Switch 2 doesn't come out this year, right?
If it doesn't, I'd be
Like
surprised. I mean, we had a
at the
huge.
very least we have to get an announcement.
Yeah, I mean, we got a huge. Like I think this is like the last year, kind of like of the Wii U for the Switch. Obviously with better quality titles, but
Yes, yes.
not Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
What you're telling me that you don't think Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival is the greatest game of all time?
Oh, it's a great game. I totally have it over here on my Switch or on my Wii U collection. Totally, 100%. But anyways, let's talk about Switch 2. Before we get into like the games on there, I think we need to talk about like what kind of stuff. Holy cow! You just like that coffee cup or that tea cup just went like
What? Oh wait, did my thing lag? Did my thing lag?
Yeah.
I'm just picturing the.
You'll see
Anyway,
it.
yeah.
You'll see it. Welcome back on the pod. But before we get into the titles, let's talk about like specs and stuff we want to see. Let's get into the nerd stuff before we get into the stuff that everyone cares about. Got to keep you
As
guys here a
YouTube
little
calls
longer.
it, stats for nerds.
Exactly. Anyways, what kind of specs and what kind of features do we want to see on the Switch 2? I know what you're gonna say, so I'm just gonna steer it real quick. Menu music
Yes. And themes, also themes.
and themes.
But menu music and eShop music and maybe even some settings music. Come on, Nintendo, please take some advice from the Wii U.
The settings music
back
is always
there.
a banger. Like,
I know. Okay, the parental controls music is for some reason a banger. There is separate music for the parental control settings, and it is so good.
It's weird how much like just random settings music slaps on
Yes.
Nintendo systems. And then the Switch, we just get awkward silence, except for the occasional click,
Yeah.
click when you're moving your stuff around.
What pisses me off so much is that data miners found in the Switch's files, I'm pretty sure it's been removed at this point, but
Oh,
when the
yeah.
Switch first came out, they found menu music for the Switch eShop, and it was good, and they got rid of it, probably to keep the eShop from lagging so much, but I feel like
Even though
nobody
it
would have
still
noticed that much of a
lags.
difference, because it still lags. Like, the Wii U eShop, it lagged way more before it closed. It lagged more than the Switch eShop,
Right.
which is a feat in itself.
Wow.
Yeah, it was not great.
I'm surprised the
but-
3DS one didn't. I don't remember that one lagging at all.
No, 3DS didn't lag very much at all. I don't know how they pulled that off, but Wii U did. But it had good menu music, and overall, I just had a better time navigating the Wii U eShop than the Switch eShop. Like, I would stay on the eShop longer for the Wii U, versus with the Switch, I would just want to get out of there as soon as possible because it's just boring.
Yeah.
Nintendo menu music makes you stay in the app longer, which means I might buy some more stuff. Put in some music, please. Let me give you money, Nintendo.
Exactly. And just a little side note here, like on the 3DS, I remember there being like E3 trailers and stuff on the
Yes.
3DS eShop that you could watch. It's like that would be cool to see. Like see like game trailers. Like if you look up a specific game, maybe if you go into that game's like profile or something, you can see like the different trailers for the game.
Yeah.
It's like if I remember correctly, you maybe get like one trailer for the game, and like it's the more recent, like the overview trailer or something, if even that.
Yeah, a few games on Switch, they do also they have a few of the trailers, but most of the time it's just the most recent one. And if you want to watch the other trailers on Switch, you have to go into the news app,
Mhm.
which is not intuitive at all. Also,
No.
like
I will say
also we need the Me Maker back. Like it's on the Switch, but it's buried in the settings.
Make it an actual app. Add back the bum 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 bum.
Yes. Oh, imagine if it's like a remix of that with like live instruments or something.
I was
That would be
just thinking
sick.
that. I was just thinking, okay, what would GameBlock want? He would want that song, but with live instrumentals. He'd want it to sound jazzy. He'd want it to sound like Mario Kart.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I'm picturing it. It's great.
And then
Yeah, and more stuff like that in general. Just like
Just
stuff with the
cool
Mii's,
stuff.
more personality. Why does the Switch not have an internet browser? Also,
yeah, that's just unacceptable. Maybe I want
You
to watch.
can literally, if you like change your DNS settings, you can access an internet browser on the Switch. Like the
Why
Switch
is
is
that-
capable of having one.
Why is it hidden behind changing your DNS settings? What if I want to go on
The
X?
Wii U had it. The 3DS had it.
What
Sorry,
if I
you
want to
go.
go on X.com and watch X videos on my Nintendo Switch too? Just say. I hate that name, by the
For
way. Why-
YouTube demonetization purposes, we were talking about Twitter.
Exactly. Sorry. I just had to refer to it as the real deal.
Of
It's X.com now. With its X videos on X.com. Twitter.com, by the way. Get your head out of the gutter, guys. But yeah, we need a real internet browser so that, I could go scroll Twitter on my Nintendo Switch too. Maybe I don't want to do it on my
Exactly.
phone anymore. Maybe I would just want to throw this thing away and
What if plot twist? The Nintendo Switch 2 is your phone. it becomes a phone.
Actually, I think it was a video by Arlo recently. He like came up with like a whole
Yeah, where like
concept.
it
Yes,
connects to your phone. Yeah, a
that
bunch of that
video.
stuff
Yeah,
it
that
was
that
really
video.
cool.
He has so many cool ideas in there. I think my
Yes.
favorite one, um, is like I guess like having like actual video chat or like just calling from the Switch 2.
Oh
I
yeah.
that concept is
I
just
think
great.
that's a great basically just like Wii U chat.
Yeah, except for it's good. And maybe
I
or
mean Wii U chat wasn't bad, it's just no one used it.
yeah. Or maybe, just maybe, Discord compatibility with the Switch 2.
What? That would make too much sense. Nintendo would never do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
We know how Nintendo is. But like
Yeah.
just like have an actual like party system so I could talk to my friends outside of that
Yes.
stupid Nintendo Switch Online app. Hold on. Let me go into the Nintendo Switch Online app here. Oh, okay. I wanna go let's talk to what's his name? GameBlock. Let's Oh, nope. I can't access him. He hasn't been online for 6 days. Oh no.
Really? Wait,
That that
I've been
that
on my Switch. I've been on my Switch since then. What the heck?
I don't know. That's just what it says. It says offline
That's the
6 days.
Nintendo Switch Online app. That's Nintendo Switch Online app for you.
Yep. You don't have an option to message friends. You don't have an option to call. Oh no, you have voice calling, but it's
But it's not on the
stupid.
console.
Add it on this console, Nintendo. That's all you
Also,
need to
we
do.
still have friend codes for some reason. Why?
Usernames.
Yes.
Oh no, someone's gonna steal the name ChrisTendo. Oh no. I mean,
Honestly, what they should do is they should if so my idea for the Switch 2 is it's basically like everything transfers over from the Switch, your friends, your games, like everything is fully backwards compatible. But new accounts will get usernames and old accounts they'll do the thing that Discord did not too long ago where they switch
the
to usernames
usernames.
instead of friend codes, and like based on how long you've had your Switch, you get to change your account. You get to change your username first to get the name you want.
Well, I guess my question though is like, so would just like new users get that ability right from the start before it's rolled out for everyone else?
Actually, yeah, it's a good point. I mean, is that not what Discord did?
Uh,
Actually, no, it's not. They just got the short end of the stick, I think. Or maybe instead, what honestly they could do is you can everybody can just pick a username on day one, but your profile name is still the same, but you also have a username.
like,
Like for
yeah,
example, so there are some profiles on a Switch, like you can make a profile on a Switch and not connect it to a Nintendo account. What you could do is you could have a profile on your Switch, call it whatever you want, then you could also connect it to a Nintendo account similar to um where like on the Wii U, you could have a profile on your Wii U, but it would be connected to a Nintendo Network ID, and those two names didn't have to be the same. But you could just use that second name for friend codes,
yeah.
or instead of friend codes.
So what I'm hoping, because my Nintendo account username is cringy as fuck. It's my OG YouTube name. I don't think is there a way to change that? I think you're stuck with that, huh?
There's not.
Exactly.
There's not.
So I
I know from calling Nintendo. I'm mine is not great either.
you tried going Nintendo about yours too.
Yep.
Oh jeez. Okay, so Nintendo, this new system, make it so that we could change usernames.
Yes.
Because I don't want XXMFD Gamer displaying when I'm playing Mario Kart Online.
Well, I mean that's your Nintendo Network ID though, right?
Yeah.
Not. Okay, so yeah, Nintendo Network ID is probably not going to transfer over, I would imagine.
I guess.
I mean, like, what I meant is, like, your Nintendo Switch, your Nintendo
Okay.
account would have its own user. I'm not saying they would bring over Nintendo Network ID. I
Oh,
feel
okay,
like they're
okay.
gonna leave that. They're gonna leave that on the Wii U and 3DS. I feel like.
Okay.
Also, speaking of kind of a segue, almost, what do we think Nintendo Switch Online? What do we think will happen with that? Do we think all of that's going to transfer over, or do you think they're going to start from scratch? I personally think they're just going to transfer everything over.
So from what I remember hearing, Nintendo says they want like the transition from like the Switch to the next system to be like seamless. They want it to be as easy as possible. So I
Hmm.
think with Nintendo Switch Online, if for some reason like the next system isn't the Switch 2 and it's called something entirely different, I think it's gonna be
They
still
could
the
just
Switch
call it
2.
Nintendo Online.
Yeah, they could just call it Nintendo Online, and then like if you're like subscribed to it, it'll transfer over onto the Switch 2, and you'll still
And
have
all of
all.
your save data as well.
Yeah, all your save data will be there. Nintendo, just give us like backward, just let us like save data without Switch Online on the next system. It should have enough space to be able to like back up games like saves and stuff without having to use Switch Online.
Yeah. Well, I feel like backing up save data with Switch Online, I feel like honestly they're going to keep that.
Oh,
PlayStation does the same thing.
that's true. I don't think
Yeah.
Microsoft does that though.
Don't know. Don't have an Xbox.
I remember like at least with Minecraft on Xbox, it was like as long as I was like connected to that one account, it would save those worlds on that version.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I don't know. That's just like no, it's not a Minecraft thing because of my PC on Bedrock Edition. I don't have those worlds. So basically, my worlds on my Xbox, I don't have an Xbox no more. I don't need an Xbox. Those worlds are stuck on the Xbox until I sign in, like on an Xbox and like use the realm or whatever. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. But I think Nintendo Switch Online is gonna kind of remain the same. They might throw in some more systems like when the Switch. What could they even throw on though at this point?
I feel like DS potentially, depending on like if, and I doubt they would do this because they've been burned by the Wii U, but if for some reason there's a controller for the Switch 2 that has a touchscreen, they could do DS. I don't see them doing anything else though because let's see,
Game
they already have NES, SNES, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance,
and N64.
and N64. GameCube, they've already shown they prefer re-releasing these games rather than
Mm-hmm.
just like than having
Because
them all on a service.
money.
Yes, and also I will say the PS2 GameCube era I feel like is where games really started feeling like modern games. Like for example, I've been playing through the Luigi's Mansion, the original game on the GameCube
Mm-hmm.
lately, and it honestly feels, aside from a few small issues with some of the controls, it feels like a modern game. So I feel like that era of games, it does make sense for them to
Yeah.
re-release. DS games, I could see them still putting on the on
Switch
Nintendo
Online.
Switch Online because they did that with
The Wii U.
the Wii U, yeah. Also though, what could be interesting is they could re-release Satellaview games, probably as part of the SNES app,
Hmm.
but those I think would be cool because there was a whole SNES remake of the original Legend of Zelda on the Satellaview. That's just lost media now,
That's
unless
weird.
unless you download it at some point. But not everyone wants to do that.
Exactly. Hold on, I'm just trying to find my document because I was gonna do a video earlier, like last year, talking about systems like I'd want to see on the Switch too. But so what if instead of like I don't think they're gonna do like they're not gonna like get rid of Nintendo Switch Online like the like retro systems apps. But what if they do like virtual console for like the GameCube or Wii? Like what if they do that?
That where you can just buy them all individually, like
Yes.
just through a section in the eShop. I
Yep.
could definitely
Like
see
not
that.
like not with remasters. Like they don't have to be remasters, but it's like they do like
Yeah, I could 100% see that. And then also games that they do kind of remaster, like Metroid Prime Remastered, obviously. But then like Pikmin 1 and 2, they redid some of the UI
yeah.
there. Those get also physical releases potentially. So there's like if you or oh, I just thought of something. They release on the eShop only the original games, except maybe they're in widescreen and they have a few like options for button mapping and stuff. But if you they release also a remastered version of them, kind of like Pikmin 1 and 2,
Yeah.
with some enhanced control options, newer UI, and maybe like at a higher resolution or something.
Yeah, like it's an emulated version of the game.
Yeah.
Like basically just a
And
dolphin
they
emulated
release that
version.
as yeah, basically. and they maybe like release that as a physical edition or something, which costs more, but it's like a somewhat better experience
Yeah. I don't
potentially.
know. I guess it depends on the game. But just looking at this
Yeah, it
document,
definitely does.
but just looking at
Like it
this
just
document for the Nintendo Switch 2 video I was gonna do, it's literally just called Nintendo Switch 2 video. That's what the document's called. I had an idea for Nintendo VR, like not Labo, but like actual VR, like PlayStation VR. So if
would it
that,
be a separate console or would the Switch like be a part of it
um,
or the Switch 2, I
I
suppose.
think it'd be like, I think it'd be like its own separate thing. It would like connect to the Switch. Like you could buy games like from the Switch to use in VR. Like it'd be compatible with like games like Mario Kart or like a person like maybe there could be like a first person like mode for like an open like a 3D Zelda and like you can use motion
Imagine like
controls.
first person. Imagine honestly, this would get me to play Splatoon. Imagine like first person Splatoon.
How would that work? Like when you go in ink form or squid form, how would that work?
What if what if it was like obviously you can go underwater in games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if it like almost looked like say you went into purple ink, it almost looked like you were inside a purple ocean. You could see the people above you like through a like transparent layer above you kind of. So it just looked like you were underwater, but then you could also see all the different other squids underneath like in the map kind of.
That
And
could
it
work.
only and like the where the water, I guess ink is only goes where it's sprayed on the surface. So it's not like you're just seeing clipped through the entire map.
You know, I just got an insane idea here.
What?
Metroid Prime 4 in VR.
Oh, that would be sick.
Like you would use like the Joy Cons as like like your weapons or whatever. Like you'd use like the right one to like shoot or whatever.
That would be so cool.
But like you can like go, but like you can like kind of like freely like it'd be basically like using the motion controls on like the Wii or
Yeah,
even like the remastered version. It'd be like
with the
using the
gyro,
motion
yeah.
controls, yeah. But except for like you don't have like it's not the gyro. It's like actually you
It's
like
the
moving
it's the
around.
headset.
It's the
Yeah.
headset, yeah. Let's see. So I had like some other stuff here, like where is it? I swear I had yeah, Virtual Boy remasters for the Nintendo Switch VR or Nintendo
Maybe
VR.
that would be cool. Or if they decided oh, what if they added those to the expansion pack so you could only get those as part of the expansion pack. So they like you could only use them with the VR but also expansion pack, but then you could either play them in the original black and red or they add color palettes to them.
Maybe.
So like it still keeps the retro feel,
Yeah,
but or they could just decide to make full on like just remasters.
that's possible. Um, is there anything else that we could think of? Obviously, like we want to have like performance wise with the Switch 2, we want to have stable 60 FPS. Please, Nintendo. And
Yeah.
good online. Let's have actual dedicated servers for our online rather than
Yes.
just.
Yes.
Because I don't want to play the next Smash Bros. Game in 3 FPS.
Are you really? You don't want your game to be a PowerPoint? I honestly thought PowerPoint gaming was the future, to be honest.
Fair point there. Fair point there. I can't argue with that.
What I think specs wise the next console will be based on not only just leaks and rumors but also just like
Your own personal
my own
hopes.
yeah. So I think that the console is going to be able to output 4K, but only because it will be using DLSS technology.
Yes.
Nintendo has already shown in the past that they've decided to work with Nvidia to make the chipset for the Switch. And also slightly updated one for the Switch OLED just for better battery optimization, so it gets the same battery life.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'll be able to do 4K with DLSS.
Not like actual 4K though, right? It would be just because of the DLSS.
Oh yeah, it won't. Yeah, it won't be. It
It'll
won't
just
be
look
rendering
4K.
anything. It'll look like 4K basically. With DLSS, what's really cool about it is it looks like native 4K, even though it's only using as much power as it would be required to render like 1080p.
Yeah.
It's a really cool technology. Anybody who's watching or listening that doesn't know about it, seriously, go look it up. It's really cool.
This isn't the place to hear about it though. We're not nerds. We don't
Yes.
know all that. Go.
True.
Look
I don't know how it works, except
No.
like I think AI is involved somehow, but it's cool. And there have been rumors that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be using that, which, by the way, I did say that I thought it would be using that before the rumors came out. This is my idea.
Nintendo
Anyway.
or the rumors just stole your ideas.
Exactly.
But
I think it'll be able to do that. My prediction is not all games will be stable 60 FPS, just because like there are PS5 games that are 30
yeah,
FPS.
I
But I feel like every game should be able to hold a 1080p 60.
yeah.
Is what I think.
So what I'm like thinking though is like let's just take like a new 3D Mario game for example. Like that should be able to run like 1080p, maybe stable 60 FPS. Maybe it could have a few frame drops, but like not like frame drops that are like huge, like in Bowser's Fury when like Fury Bowser shows up or something. Because those are some huge
Yeah.
frame drops. We should be able to have like a stable frame rate, at least mostly, and like
Yeah, I feel like 1080p 60 is gonna be the minimum for games on
hopefully.
this console. But I do think because DLSS is not very intensive in how
Yeah.
much power it takes up, I feel like most games will output 4K because it's not. Let me rephrase that. I don't think any games will run natively at 4K.
No.
I think everything will basically be at 1080p, but it will be upscaled through DLSS, so most games will output 4K. So it'll just look better
look
overall,
4K,
be
yeah.
smoother. Yeah. Uh 30 FPS I feel like will still be around, but I think it will
Minimum.
be stable.
It's gotta be a
Yeah, and
minimum. There's no way
yeah,
we can have another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for the Switch 2.
yeah.
Speaking of which, Switch 2, it better have good Pokemon games. It'll be
Yeah,
better
and
hardware. Game Freak, step up your game. Or, hear me out, hand over Pokemon to Monolith Soft. Let
honestly,
them,
that's I
let,
haven't played the Xenoblade games, but I've
they
based on
look
what I've seen of
great.
them. Like
They look
I know
beautiful.
they also helped a bunch with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Splatoon as well.
Oh, I didn't know they did part of
I
Splatoon.
want to say they maybe did Animal Crossing as well, like helped with that, but I don't know for sure.
Uh, doesn't really. I doubt it, just because of the way that game looks. Like New Horizons, it's like it doesn't look bad, but like I feel like if they did help with it, they might have optimized it to look a little better.
Yeah.
Just like because Splatoon 3 looks really good,
Mhm.
honestly. Um, but that's I'm not gonna go on a rant. Uh, but yeah, Monolith Soft handling Pokemon would be great. Honestly, I would love to see what Scarlet Violet looks like on the Switch 2, assuming it's backwards compatible, which is another wish of mine.
It's gonna look the
I
exact same. I'm willing to bet.
I feel like so it will still look awful, but it will run better, is my guess. It might
Yeah,
get upscaled to 4K, but all the textures are still gonna be awful, all the actually the modeling in that game, credit where credit is due, is not horrible. The textures suck, but it's still going to be buggy. It's still going to have horrible textures, but it's going to run at maybe a stable 30 FPS. That's my
that's
guess.
all I want from a Pokemon game, man. I want it to have at least a semi-stable frame rate.
Yeah, because like people who have like I've seen footage of people have dumped the game and emulated it on their PCs, and with more power, the game does run well. So it's not necessarily, well, let me rephrase that. It's not completely limited by the poor coding of the developers. Um,
I mean, that has a slight factor in it, but it's not. But it's mostly because the
yeah,
Switch isn't powerful enough to run a game that Game Freak thinks is gonna be for the Switch. I'm just saying,
yeah.
if they would have waited a couple years to release Scarlet Violet instead of rushing out Gen 9, it could
It
have been
would
a
have been
launch.
so much.
It
That's
could have
with every Pokemon game. Like if they just gave it some more time to cook, it would be really good.
if the Pokemon Company would actually let them cook the game, then maybe we would
Yes,
get good Pokemon games.
because like Game Freak's ideas with the Pokemon games are pretty good. Like they're innovating the gameplay formula, but
It's
they
just,
don't have enough time
yeah,
to implement it because the Pokemon Company just wants them to ship out the game as soon as possible.
for money and merchandise.
Yep.
I feel like if they could get Monolith Soft on board, like have a collaboration between Game Freak and
That would be so
Monolith
good.
Soft,
It
I
would
think
it
that could be
would
like such a good Pokemon game. They would
I
need
agree.
time. They can't have only a 1 year development time for that game. They
True.
have to have more, but
Imagine this whole time while they've been releasing these Pokemon games, they've just been like working on a game in the background. Just
Gen
like that's
10,
imagine they were working on Gen 9 and Gen 10 this whole time, but they were just giving Gen 10 some more time to actually
they
be
wanted to
developed.
get
I
Gen
doubt
9
it,
out because they wanted Gen 10 to be this big magnum opus.
which maybe is a first year title for Switch 2 or something.
I
But
don't
they've
think
been
it's
working
gonna
on
be
it for a
soon.
while. Oh yeah, this is completely hypothetical. I don't think any of this is actually happening because
That
I
would just make too
to
much
be honest,
sense.
I don't yeah, to be honest, I don't think the Pokemon company is going to give Game Freak more time because the games still sell insanely well.
Yeah, I
But
mean, Pokemon Scarlet Violet's like in the top 10, isn't it?
yeah, which is insane.
Yeah.
But back to the backwards compatibility for a second. How do you think that's going to work? Do you think there will be backwards
Oh,
compatibility?
I think there will for sure be backwards compatibility. I'm hoping it's like, like you're back, like if you buy games on the eShop on the Switch, you'll be able to like just like just reinstall them on the Switch 2. Maybe there could be like a legacy, like you can like, so there's the Switch 2 eShop, but then there's like a button to go to like the Switch eShop, kind of like the Wii and Wii U, where it's like you can like go to the
Yeah,
Wii menu.
yeah.
So like because I don't know if they're gonna put every game that was on Nintendo Switch on the Nintendo Switch 2 eShop. I think it'd be better if there's separate things so that you can like,
Yeah, I agree.
so
And
like
then
from there,
sorry,
then
you
you
go.
can then you can go like to your purchased games and then go to install like the games that you had on the Switch. I think backwards
Also
compatibility
for
is must have though. Nintendo's been pretty good
I
about that.
agree. Also for the cartridges, I feel like it might be something similar to like DS to 3DS, where like Switch cartridges can go in the Switch 2 cartridge slot, but Switch 2 cartridges can't go in a Switch
So
cartridge
are you
slot.
telling me that they're gonna get that weird, awkward little thingy at the end on the Switch 2 cartridges? It's
I
possible.
mean,
It'd be
I
funny,
honestly wouldn't put it past them.
but
What honestly it might be though is, and I just thought of this. What if the Switch 2 cartridges are just longer? Like they can't fit in a Switch, but like the Switch 2 has a mechanism where like it'll click once for a regular Switch cartridge, but then if you for a Switch 2 cartridge, you push it down farther and it goes into the console.
I feel like that would cause them
That
problems though, because I feel
because then you could get this normal Switch cartridge stuck in there. I feel like there would definitely have to be something to prevent that. But like
yeah.
I feel like at the very least there's going to be a hardware difference between the two cartridges.
Oh yeah. So I'm kind of thinking though, what if it's like I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I kind of explain this. No, it wouldn't be like the Game Boy to Game Boy Advance. I was thinking like maybe like the Game Boy or the Switch 2 cartridges could be a little smaller, but then that would require the Switch like 1 cartridges to be sticking out like like a sore thumb. Cause like
Yeah.
and that'd be awkward. I mean, it could work, but you wouldn't be able to close like the like cartridge
Yeah,
slot.
it would just be unless the cartridge. Never mind. Actually, I was thinking. You know how the micro SD card slot on the Switch is under the kickstand.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, oh, maybe you put in your cartridges there, and like there's a little spot for it, but that would just be annoying.
Now, do you think that there could be a possibility that maybe for some reason they have like separate cartridge slots for the Switch and Switch 2
I
games?
did think of that, and I don't think it'll happen. But if it does, I would love it because, like, personally, I liked getting physical games.
Me too.
Apart from a bunch of Wii U games that got really overpriced as the eShop was closing down, and I decided the only way I would really get them is on the eShop before it closes. Aside from those, I try to get all my games physical if I can. And a problem with that is it's annoying to switch cartridges all the time. Like it sounds like a small issue, but if you like it becomes tedious after a while.
So,
And something where that allows you to have two cartridges
so you
in
can
the
play
Switch at
like,
once.
yeah, so you can like play, so you have like the option to play two different games like through the cartridges instead of just like, oh, I want to play a different game. Oh, gotta take this out. But then would that mean like you're limited to one Switch 2 game, one Switch game?
Yeah, that would be a problem.
So,
But
I
I
mean,
still feel like
It's a
Yeah, it
possibility.
would
I
still
don't
be it would
know.
still be nice, but honestly, here's a question. Do we think the next console, and I do think this is what it's going to be, but do we think that the next console will switch, or do we think it's going to be an entirely new concept? Do you think there's a sliver of a chance Nintendo decides to do that?
I think on like even like outside of rumors and whatnot, leaks about it being like a revision or like a reiteration of the Switch or whatever. I think like Nintendo has finally found their branding with the Switch, with the hybrid
I agree.
console, like handheld console. It's like if they go away from that, like what are they doing? They found
Yeah,
their thing. They just gotta make it better.
I can see a world honestly where like they rebrand to like NS1, NS2, NS3. Like the PlayStation. Like Nintendo Switch, I doubt they would actually like do that specifically, but like I could see a world where they keep just making new iterations of the Switch similar to what PlayStation is doing with their
PlayStation. Yeah,
PlayStation.
exactly.
Sony is doing with their PlayStation, I should say. Uh Now, I feel like the problem with that is Nintendo really does like to innovate and add new gimmicks every now and again.
So each
But they can
system
do
could
that with
have different gimmicks, yeah. Like I mean,
but they can
again,
still do that while keeping the hybrid kind of thing.
exactly. Like again, take a look at the Arlo video. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Like he came up with some great concepts with like what they could do while keeping it the Switch 2. Like
Yeah.
I don't remember like
Open face dock is a really cool idea as well. It's
exactly.
simple, but it's like it's a cool idea.
Like being able to see like notifications showing up on there or whatnot. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Also, there was a concept of like you could have like Nintendo characters on your home screen that would like
Yeah,
through the camera,
like
it
the
would
fish
like
tank or whatever.
yeah, but
Fish
like
tank
through the
hyper.
camera it would like detect where you are in the room and they'd wave at you. That's a little bit creepy, but it's cool.
It was a cool concept. Yeah. Again, go check out that Arlo video if you haven't yet. It has some great concepts in there. So, do we think there's gonna be like? Do we have any other ideas of what we could possibly see with the Switch 2 that we haven't talked about yet, or do you think we're going to go on to the games?
Uh, Briefly taking from the Arlo video again, Street Pass. Cool
How
idea for them to bring back.
wasn't it like he said? Like maybe it's like through the
It,
Switch
it's
app,
it's it
like
was
the
with the
app.
phone app.
Yeah, with the phone
Yeah,
app. That would be cool. I I think bringing back Street Pass would just be sick.
a
Like
great idea overall.
honestly, like I have my 3DS over here. Actually, I have my 3DS and 2DS. I've been like so tempted to just like randomly like just go to somewhere, walk around with like my 3DS
And
on.
see if you get a Street
Yeah,
Pass. Yeah,
I doubt
I
it,
same
but
thing.
because like where I
Because like
live, it's
nobody
like
has a 3DS with them anymore, but everybody has their phones. Is the thing.
exactly
So just connect it to the app. Great idea that Arlo had. Again, everybody go check out the video. Seriously, very good.
great ideas in there. But yeah, that would be sick. But I think we're good to go talk about the games with you. What do you think?
I think so. I think so too. So should we start with the launch lineup
Wait,
that we think?
but before we get into there, we gotta talk about the Joy Cons. No Joy Con talk.
Oh, yes. Okay. Also slightly bigger, I think. Slightly bigger Joy-Cons.
So my question is then would like so if we take like the Switch tablet, would like the tablet also be a bit bigger? Just to like go with the
I think
size
so,
of the
yeah.
Joy Cons? Because
I think slightly bigger Switch, slightly bigger Joy-Cons. And also because the Joy-Cons will be bigger, they can maybe fit in Hall effect sensors.
what is that?
So okay. So there are multiple different types of control sticks. There's the ones on like the Switch, which are tiny and not great.
Mhm.
Then there are ones on more traditional controllers, like for example the Wii U or Switch Pro controllers, which like they have like the little sphere in them and then they move around.
Mhm.
Uh, which is kind of just a larger version of the Switch, much less prone to drift, but they still do end up getting stick drift. Hall effect sensors actually use magnets instead of potentiometers. I think it's potentiometers what normal sticks use. I could be wrong. They use something in most sticks that eventually lends itself to getting drift. The Switch sticks just have like a much shorter time frame for that to happen because of how they're made. Hall effect sensors, instead of using that, they use magnets and register like the distance between those magnets or something based on where you've positioned the stick, and it literally doesn't drift at all ever.
Is that what like PlayStation and Xbox
No.
use, or oh, no one uses it?
No main controller. Like there are some third party controllers
Well,
that you can
yeah.
get that are pretty high quality that use them, but Xbox and PlayStation have not implemented them as of yet. I'm pretty sure, except maybe in their like elite controllers. I think they might have them in their elite controllers.
Because like I've had, well, okay, I did have my original Xbox One controller that ended up getting drift.
Yeah,
It took years, but I'm surprised. Actually, no, because I got an OLED a couple years ago, so I haven't. I had
my
this.
honestly, I've been pretty lucky with Joy-Con drift. Only just within the past year have my original set of Joy-Cons started drifting.
I like my original set. Like my friend, I don't know if he still has them or not, but like they still haven't drifted as far as I know. So, because like I sold my like original Switch to my friend and then got the OLED. I mean, I probably could have kept the original, but I don't really need two Switches
Yeah,
unless I
when
wanted
I
to
got
play
the
one two
OLED, I just
Switch.
of course. Uh, but yeah, I decided to mod my original Switch when I got the OLED just to like play mods and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, my
So
Switch wasn't like a first edition Switch, so I wouldn't have even been able to mod it.
ah, yeah,
I mean, I'm sure in the future, once like the Switch isn't like mainstream anymore,
it,
maybe.
it is moddable technically. I'm pretty sure. It's just more difficult. I'm not positive, and I'm not going to give a modding tutorial
No,
on this podcast because I don't want
Nintendo
Nintendo
would take
ninjas.
us down.
Nintendo ninjas, please look away. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We're not modding Switches here. We're just talking about modding Switches. Anyways, yeah,
Exactly.
let's talk about the first year of the Switch 2, or just like I guess like games we think could come. When do we think it's
So
gonna
launch
launch?
lineup.
When though? I think
When
September.
I think October or around then. September, October I feel like is good.
So,
Um
funny enough, I'm just looking at my like Switch 2 video document again. For the console launch, I put October 11th, 2024 because it's the day after or the day after my birthday.
nice, nice.
Because my birthday's on a Thursday, I think it was. Hold on, let me check the calendar for this year to kind of get an idea of.
It's definitely going to be a decent bit I feel like before Black Friday though. Because they need it out before Black Friday and Cyber Monday if they want the big sales.
Yes.
And Black Friday is like the sales are starting earlier and earlier, it feels. So they definitely want to get it out, I feel like at latest mid-October.
October 11th. There we go. Nah, okay. So I'm just going to throw it out here. So I'm just looking at a like calendar of September and October here. Let's just see. So we got, yeah, you can't see any of it. So I think our options are September 6th, September 13th, because they're gonna want to launch on a Friday. So I'm just gonna list the Fridays that we have. So we
I feel
have,
like Friday the 13th they're not going to want to do.
yeah. So we have September
September.
6th, September 13th, September 20th, September 27th, October 4th, October 11th, October 18th, and October 25th. I don't think we're gonna go into November. I mean, that's just
Yeah, because with Black Friday and everything.
yeah. So I'm honestly like leaning towards like a September 20th or a September 27th release.
I feel yeah, like somewhere in between like early October, late September, somewhere around there. I feel like would be good.
I mean, I could
It's
maybe,
honestly just like crazy to think that we are getting a new console this year.
probably.
Probably.
We gotta wait
Like
for the official announcement from Nintendo
true.
themselves.
But like we've had the Switch for so long. Like
Going on to
it's
year
like
7. Wait for that Scott the Woz, the Nintendo Switch
yeah,
7 years in video. About to
yeah.
waste 3 hours of my life watching that, but it'll be worth it. But yeah, because like what was it, like Game Shark, now AI Shark or something, they came out saying that they were gonna launch the new whatever it was like to coincide with the Switch 2. I mean, I don't think Nintendo would tell them about like when it
Oh
would come
yeah,
out.
that it was. I'm pretty sure it was confirmed that they literally just took that from someone else, like a rumor that was already existing.
Yeah, but
They had no insider information.
I think September is a good launch window. I would prefer it being like earlier on, like maybe like July or August, But I could see like a maybe like beginning of fall drop if they want to go that way then. Because I feel like if it was gonna be like sometime in the summer, they would have already announced it by now. I mean, granted, we still have most of January left for them to announce something, but I don't know.
Yeah, I. When do we think it's going to be announced? My
I
guess is in the February direct. We don't get an announcement per se. We get an announcement of the first trailer, and the first trailer has its own kind of like event.
so you I'm honestly thinking like I don't know, like I think it'd be cool if like in the February direct they just end off with like, hey, here's the next Nintendo system and they like show a trailer for it.
That would be so cool.
But they wouldn't.
I feel like they would just give it its own event, kind of like what they did, maybe like its own direct. Like they announce the direct for the next Nintendo console is March 10th, Mario Day, Yahoo.
Yahoo. Exactly. But
And the announcer says that. He says the next Nintendo console will be revealed to everyone on Mario Day, March 10th, Yahoo.
but I think it could be sometime soon though. Like they have if they're gonna push it out this year, they gotta market it soon.
It's like seriously just like insane. It feels like a fever dream that we are getting another Nintendo console. Just like
It's been a
because
lifetime.
like from the time I've been an actual Nintendo fan, it's been pretty much the Switch the whole time. Like
Exactly.
I haven't had a time in my life where I'm excited about a new Nintendo console releasing because I haven't been a Nintendo fan until like the Switch era.
Exactly. It's crazy. Like obviously, I played the Switch. I had a Wii. Everyone had a Wii. I had
Yeah,
experience with
same.
the Wii U because of some friend's house. I didn't have my own Wii U
I
until
I had a Wii
recently.
U, but I didn't even know Nintendo was the company that made it. For the longest time, and this keep in mind I was a child, I thought the company that made the Wii and the Wii U was just called Wii. Not even joking. That is
Oh
what
jeez.
young fifth grade me thought before the Switch came out, and I realized, oh wait, the people that make the Mario games are the people that make the Wii and the Wii U. Oh wait, they're making a console called the Nintendo Switch. Oh wait, they're called Nintendo. What? That's
That's
why the logo
crazy.
of Nintendo shows up for the Wii U. I thought that was just a random word. Uh, legitimately,
Hey
it's
guys, Jacob with the GameBlock here, and
what's up, guys? What's up, everybody?
I just figured out that the Nintendo is the ones that made the Wii and the Wii U. That's crazy, guys.
And now they're making something called the Switch, and there's a Mario game called Mario Odyssey, and I think Cappy's gonna turn evil. I actually did think Cappy would turn evil, even like when I was little before Mario Odyssey came out. I was certain that Cappy was evil.
Honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Just like I literally had I don't know why I thought this in depth into it. I just kind of went down a rabbit hole. But I just thought, oh, there's gonna be an ending sequence for the game. And like I was familiar
And
with Mario
Mario
because I played
fights
3D World.
Cappy, who's teaming up with
Not even
Bowser.
that. Not even that. I thought towards the end of the game it would switch perspective and you would start playing for Bowser's team. You would still be playing as Mario under the control of Cappy. Like Cappy would capture Mario.
No, that would have been interesting. I would have been.
It would.
I would have loved to see that Mario being the bad guy.
Yeah.
Hear me out
Nintendo would
though.
never do it, but
Hear me out though. Nintendo Switch 2, we get a game that's in Bowser's perspective. And we play as
that
Bowser.
would be sick. That would be sick.
Anyways, we should probably start talking about the games because we've been going at this for a
Yes.
while. How
Launch lineup.
3D Mario, easily. That's
3D
easily
Mario, yes.
3D
I
Mario.
don't think Odyssey 2. I
No,
wish it was Odyssey 2. Do we think Cappy will come back though?
no. Maybe he'll make a cameo, but he's not gonna be like a care. Like he's not gonna be like
The main
he's not
part
gonna
of
be
the moveset.
important. No, I'm honestly like kind of leaning more towards a like
Bowser's Fury style?
style, yeah,
Yep.
where it's gonna be like open world, or maybe it's like maybe it'll be different worlds, but it's like larger worlds, you know.
Yeah. I definitely am leaning towards that as well. Like maybe kind of like Mario Odyssey with all the different kingdoms. But I had a video on this that I scrapped, but the idea was basically it's like Mario Odyssey with all its different kingdoms, but they all exist in one world.
And like maybe there's
And
like maybe you run like Plessy or like Dory or something, and you like
or it and if there's not water between them, then it could be and this was the video itself was speculating on if they were to make a Mario Odyssey 2, which at this point that ship has probably sailed.
no.
But like you could fly the Odyssey, like you could actually fly the Odyssey and control it and go over the different areas, or you could like get a Mario Kart and drive
Oh, that would be
throughout
sick. I
like in
mean,
between the
there
kingdoms.
was something similar to that in what was it? Paper Mario: The Origami King, like the desert
Yeah,
world,
yeah,
where you can like drive
the
around in
little
like the
boot.
little boot. Yeah, it'd be kind of
I'm
cool to see
actually
that. Like,
I'm in that portion of the game right now. I've been playing through that recently because I stopped
see,
playing it when I got it originally.
I played it when it originally came out. I got to the part where Bobby dies, rest in peace, and then I
Yep.
didn't really play much after that.
Yeah, I
His death was just too
I was like,
traumatic.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, Switch 2 lineup.
3D
This
Mario.
is yes, this is partially based off of rumors of it, but also I think it's just very possible. Ocarina of Time remake.
Possibly. I've
Yes,
heard
there have been a
rumors
lot of
about it,
rumors about it.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be really cool.
Um,
I I feel like it's either that or they remake another 2D Zelda. But I feel like if they want to show off the graphical prowess of the Switch 2, then they might want to choose a 3D Zelda.
I feel like that'd be a lot of 3D games at the beginning of the Switch, though, because I'm thinking like Metroid Prime 4 is gonna be a launch title as well.
True.
That's a 3D Zelda or 3D Metroid, 3D Mario, and 3D Zelda. That's a lot of 3D at the beginning.
Yes, but when you think about it, like look at other consoles that their launch lineups, like there aren't a lot of 2D games.
Well, yeah, but like
That
these are
like
Nintendo. I'm more so thinking
true,
like
it is
Nintendo,
Nintendo, yeah.
Nintendo
Nintendo does things
developed
differently,
ones.
but
Yeah, that's what I'm more so was talking about. Like, I'm not talking about like 3D launch like lineups. I'm talking about just like first party launch titles. Like that'd be a
yeah,
lot of
yeah, yeah. I understand what you mean.
first party 3D titles. But I think there was like a rumor a while ago. I think I was talking to, like Ethan Draws about this even. It was when I was like again when I was coming up with the Switch 2 video because I just had this up as kind of like a little base one of like ideas I had. But I have Final Fantasy like this was the Final Fantasy 7 remake. Like that's supposed to come out this year.
Oh yeah, there was a rumor
Yeah,
of that it would be. I remember
it'd be a launch title for the
the
Switch.
rumor was it was ported to Switch 2, and it looks like the PS5 version due to the upscaling from with DLSS. Like not necessarily perfect, but it's
It
graphically
looks really good.
comparable,
Yeah.
which is insane. But like, I mean, when you think about it, there's not a huge difference between PS5 and PS4 graphically.
Yeah.
Like you can tell the difference, but like the
It's
main
not.
difference is really the loading times. Visually, there's not much difference.
Mhm.
So if it has like PS4 level power handheld, which is very possible at this point, it's been proven by stuff by like the ROG Ally and Steam Deck.
Yep.
Uh, then with that plus DLSS and also some optimizations by Nintendo because Nintendo is insanely great at optimizing everything, I could definitely see that being the case, which also makes me very happy specifically because Nintendo has had the disadvantage for a long time since the Wii
Yes.
of being underpowered compared to its competitors.
Because they went for
If the
more
games
casual.
look if the games look and run similarly to on PS5 and Xbox Series consoles to the point where it's not that much of a downgrade and they're also portable, that would be
Nintendo would
insane for
be like
Nintendo. Nintendo would just be the console that you want unless you like absolutely need all that graphical power. And at that point, that's really just the people that have a PC already. So they would
that
play on
or
that.
like the exclusives that you maybe see on the PlayStation, like
True,
the Spider-Man
true. There are
games, Last of
the
Us,
exclusives.
God of
The
War.
exclusives, I feel like, would be the main thing that draw in people to other consoles. But like that's already what Nintendo is
Has.
like Nintendo. The main reason a lot of people have Nintendo consoles is not only for the portability, but also like their exclusives are
The
really good,
Marios,
and
the
they output
Zeldas, the Kirby's.
and they have so many more exclusives than the other consoles. That honestly, I feel like the Switch is already better selling than the PS4, the Xbox One, the PS5, and the Xbox Series. I feel like this would just set the Switch 2 to skyrocket even more above their other competitors. They would dominate the gaming sphere.
I agree. Honestly, like it would be crazy like to have a Nintendo system on par with the
with
competition.
other consoles because
It'd be
it's
the first
been they've
time
been
since the
underpowered
GameCube,
for so
yeah.
long. Yeah,
Because like ever since they took like the approach of like, let's focus on like the casual gaming. I mean, we'll have like some of that competitive stuff, but it's not gonna be as
and
like
focus more on software than hardware.
exactly. But like if we're like gonna be pushing the Switch to like be great, bigger and greater, then it's like yeah, we might as well like try to get on par with the competition. Maybe not as powerful, because like I think
But
I've
visually, with the other consoles, the thing is they don't use DLSS, that
yes.
technology. So the fact that the Switch is coming out later than them, where that technology has been developed enough, where it's like actually feasible, I feel like is a big advantage for Nintendo because they can take that and basically with this new technology shorten the gap that would be in between what's possible on a handheld and what's possible on a home console.
I think I also saw something about like maybe the Switch maybe in like tabletop mode or something. It would be like the power of like a PS4, but then like in like the dock mode, it could be like the PS4 Pro power or something.
Yeah, I could definitely see
I can
that.
see that happening because like
Do we think the Switch screen itself, do we think that's gonna get a bump?
I think so. I think that's gonna be like 1080p. I
I
hope
could
so
see
at
it going
least.
both ways. I could see it either being 720p or 1080p. Maybe they go for 900p. I doubt it though.
That'd be goofy. You know, I
Yeah,
love
I
how
mean
we're
Mario Odyssey runs at 900p
huh.
weirdly for some reason.
You know, I love how we're like gonna be talking about the title like titles, but we're back to talk about like the specs and stuff. There's just so
Oh,
much to talk
shoot,
about.
I forgot about
There's
that.
just so much to talk about with the Switch too. Like we could go on all day.
It's it's just really it's fun to speculate
It
about.
is. I mean, we've been like here for almost like 2 hours at this point. So
Seriously? Oh, great.
yeah.
Oh my.
I mean, I'm no stranger to having podcasts that are like this long. Because I mean, if you remember the Nintendo Trio one I did, we were on there for 2.5 hours. So like, it's just extra content for people to listen to. But
Yeah.
I think we should try to.
And if you've been watching for this long, I mean, like you probably like the if you're on YouTube, you probably like it. So like press the like button. Come on, what are you doing? And
Yeah,
also subscribe if you want to hear more.
or follow the
And whatever
podcast
you
on
do on audio,
Spotify and
yeah, Spotify. I don't
or
know what you
like the
do on audio
podcast. I
platforms,
don't even
but
remember.
do audio listener things.
Yes,
Audio listeners,
to
go
stay
go
up to
do stuff.
date because this year I'm planning anyways to try to do monthly podcast episodes. We might try bi-weekly if I can find enough co-hosts, but I'm aiming for monthly at least. But anyways, let's get back into Switch 2. Let's try to talk. Let's try to focus on titles now
Yes,
instead of specs.
titles.
But
I'm trying to think of. Oh, Kid Icarus. This is another 3D,
Kid Icarus
but Kid
Uprising.
Icarus Uprising remake
I
would
don't
be
think
sick.
so.
I don't think it's launched though.
Launch
I think
now.
it's first. It's either first or second year is my guess.
So what I'm thinking for like the launch, like I always like the launch window. Like I guess like the first couple weeks of the system, I could maybe see like Metroid Prime 4, Nintendo, or the new 3D Mario as like the big ones, and then maybe like another like Arms or whatever, like a smaller title, like a new IP for Nintendo, like around the launch, and then like
And then
maybe
maybe for like the holiday they bring out Ocarina of Time remake, not as a launch, but just like a
yeah,
couple months later.
a couple months later that, and then maybe like a Mario Party for like the party games. That's kind of what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
which would be a good thing to release around the holiday because like then that's
Then the
like
Nintendo Switch 2 has games. And we
exactly
can finally get
Nintendo
those
Switch has
advertisements.
games.
We can get Nintendo
Yes.
Switch 2 has games advertisements. But hear me out.
Honestly,
Everyone
they bring back Reggie just to say that.
true.
That's my prediction. They bring back Reggie just to say Nintendo Switch 2 has games, and then he leaves.
So then hear me out. Like everyone's speculating, oh, the Switch 2 is gonna have like a Pokemon Gen 5 remake near the start. No. No. We're not getting Gen 5 remakes yet. We just got Gen 4 remakes. Instead, we're gonna get Gen
I
2 remakes of Let's Go Johto.
I think Gen 5 remakes are likely, but I
I hope
I feel
not.
like I my guess is they happen and Game Freak, or not Game Freak, the Pokemon Company, because they're the ones who make these decisions. Game Freak actually like does
Makes
good
games.
work. They just don't have enough time. Uh, but my guess is they come out on Switch after the Switch 2 releases. Because Pokemon Company sometimes does some stuff where, like, after the next console releases, they release something on the last console.
I
I'm pretty
don't.
sure they did that with Black 2, White 2, and
Oh
also
yeah,
something with
there was Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but
yeah, that's what it
those were
was.
like the enhanced versions, right? Like those were like the better
Of Sun and
versions.
Moon. Yeah.
So like,
I think they might remake Black and White on Switch
I don't think
like
so. I feel
in
like
2025.
just because of all the backlash on the like all those Switch Pokemon games, they're gonna want to like at
But here's the
least.
thing though, I don't think they care about the backlash because they sell insanely well.
That's true.
Like because
But
the little kids are the people buying, or their parents, I should say, are the people buying these games, and they don't care about the graphics. Is the thing. I don't think.
here's my theory. So I think they're gonna do Switch 2 because it's gonna be um like they're gonna so like the Switch 2, they want to push sales for the Switch 2. So that would push sales for the Pokemon game because it would be on Switch 2, and that would be a reason why people would want to get Switch 2.
That is true because
Because
Pokemon sells like hotcakes.
so
So all the little kids that want the new Pokemon game, they want the new console too. That is a good point.
yeah, what I'm thinking is like the Switch 2, it's like I think it'll be like around the holiday, like kind of around like maybe Ocarina of Time remake. I'm thinking like we get like I'm gonna go with Let's Go Johto remake or with Pokemon Let's Go Johto. I don't want to believe in Pokemon Gen 5 remakes yet. I want that like 2026 at the earliest.
Or whenever they do Gen 5 remakes though, do we think they'll bundle Black 2, White 2 into one game, or do you think it'll just be
No,
Black and White?
no,
Because I mean, they didn't even bring Platinum stuff
exactly.
to
So that's why
BDSP.
I'm like, no, they're not. They'd probably do like the Black and White too as like paid
Separate
DLC.
games.
Paid
Or
DLC.
imagine they just release like Pokemon Dark Black and Shining White and Dark Black 2 and Shining White 2. I don't know. Those are just names that just came out of my head. But like imagine they release all four of those at once. And like all four separate games.
That'd be stupid.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Hear me out. They would
But
do
it's
Pokemon
possible.
Legends Gen 5, but it's the Black and White games. Black and White 2.
Like, oh wait, so like they literally just re-release the games and market it as a new game.
It'd be Pokemon. It would be Pokemon Legends. It's a new game when in reality it's just it's just Black and White 2. But
That
no,
would be so funny.
I'm
I
aiming. I'm gonna go with Pokemon Let's Go Johto. I don't want to believe in the frickin' I don't want to believe in the Pokemon Black and White
M5.
remakes yet. Yeah, because BDSP left a sour taste in everyone's mouth. They don't care
which
because they.
which is a shame because like it had the potential to be pretty good. I know a lot of people didn't like the art style. I personally thought the art style was
I
okay.
thought it was fine.
The fact that they didn't include platinum content though,
And it
and
was literally just
also
the DS game.
yeah, the code is exactly the same. Like there were like over 100 mods day one for that game. You know why? Because they
The
could be
code was
ported
the
from the
same.
DS. The same mods could be applied because it was the exact same code. No bugs were fixed. You could still like skip entire dungeons by walking, not dungeons, whatever gyms I think they're called. I don't
Gyms
play
or
Pokemon often.
caves or
Yeah,
whatever they are.
just by walking diagonally, you could skip them.
But
And they
yeah,
didn't fix any of it. I've seen footage of it. I have not played those games. I do want to get platinum on DS at some point because I've heard it's
I
phenomenal.
think I have like Pokemon Pearl on DS. I don't have Platinum because Platinum is crazy expensive.
Oh, I haven't looked at the prices.
Yeah, I remember it being
Oh, I
like
should have got that. Was that on the Wii U eShop? I should have
no.
got that before
I
it
don't think
closed.
there was
It wasn't.
there was no Pokemon games on the eShop.
Oh,
It was
okay.
the eShop.
I don't feel bad now then.
You don't feel bad about giving Nintendo money for their 20-year-old game. So what do we have so far? We have Metroid Prime 4, new 3D Mario Party soon after, like in the first couple weeks, and then
Ocarina of Time
Ocarina of
remake
Time remake,
potentially.
and then Let's Go Johto. Do we agree on that one, or do we do Gen 5
Yeah,
remakes?
yeah.
I think
I'll
it would be Let's Go
I'll
Johto.
let you take that because I don't play Pokemon very often.
I don't either. I'm just like kind of thinking though because
I've
like
never beaten a Pokemon game. The only Pokemon game I have actually played. I own two. I own Legends Arceus and Scarlet, or sorry, Violet. Actually, no, I own Black 2 and White 2 because a friend gave me his cartridges. But I haven't played those yet. I haven't played Violet, and I've only played the start of Legends Arceus. I meant to play Violet when it came out, and I never put it in my Switch because I got a different game alongside it and just forgot about it.
you only have two Pokemon games. I have almost every single Switch
Other
one.
than okay, I actually have four because Black 2 and Black. But I haven't played those. I also haven't played Scarlet or Violet. I haven't played Scarlet either, but I have Violet. I haven't played it.
I have like
I meant to play
basically
it, but
I have like basically all the Switch ones except for Scarlet. Like all
that's
the
why I'm
main.
letting you take the Pokemon. Like whatever you want to do for Pokemon, I'm letting you take.
I don't care for Pokemon until they make a good game. I said this earlier in the pod, I think, but I'm gonna just go with Let's Go Johto because I feel like because with the Switch they like launched a Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee near the beginning before
Those were
Gen 8.
Gen 1. Those
Yeah,
were Gen 1.
those were Gen
right?
1. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think like around the beginning of the Switch 2, I could see a Gen 2 remake in the Let's Go style. Actually, I don't know
Yeah.
about the. What if? Do you think it would be the Let's Go style? Because I feel like that's trying to die off a little bit.
I
I
honestly don't know what the Let's Go style is, to be honest.
It's
I just
like-
know that it's a remake.
It's like Pokemon Go, but like where you like throw the Pokeball with like your like with the
Oh.
Joy-Con like that.
That's strange.
At least I'm pretty sure I haven't played Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I'm pretty sure though it's like you like throw the Pokeballs. It's that like it's like in the similar vein of like Pokemon Go. Hence why there's probably the Let's Go in there because tying
Yeah.
Pokemon Go. But
I think they might call it something. What was Gen 2 called? Was that Ruby
it
Sapphire?
was
No,
it was
Ruby Sapphire was
Silver and Gold.
Silver Gold. So maybe like wait, they already did Gen
Yeah,
2
that's why I
Heart
was
Gold,
doing
Soul
like
Silver.
Let's Go. What are like
What
some
if it's just port? What if they just port Heart Gold Soul Silver with
I
some
don't
graphical?
think so. That would make too much sense. They want to do like full on remakes that would capitalize on like the casual audience, like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So I feel like it's gonna be like,
Yeah.
what are some like I don't even remember any marketable Pokemon in in Gen 2. Let's Go Igglybuff and Pichu. I don't know.
I'm gonna look up Pokemon Gen 2.
Look up like a new Pokemon in there because I'm curious because I think those would like
Gen 2 Pokemon. Let's see. Chikorita.
I don't think it'd be
I've
any of
heard
the
of that.
starters.
Cyndaquil.
It wouldn't be any of the starters.
Is that a starter?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Hold on.
Furret.
Let me look up most popular Gen 2 Pokemon.
Let's go Pichu could work, except
Yeah.
for the fact that there's already Let's Go Pikachu, and that could be confused.
Yeah, let's go. What are some of the most popular ones? Ho-Oh, I don't.
Quagsire, and Wooper.
Quagsire. Let's go Quagsire and Wooper.
Let's go Wooper.
Let's go Quagsire and Wooper. There we go. That's the Pokemon holiday game for the first year of the Switch. Banger right there.
Yep.
So, I don't think there's gonna be any December games because Decembers are usually just like okay, let's market.
Maybe some NSO stuff.
Yeah. But I feel like that like January is like when we'd probably get the first of the stuff. There's been like first of like the like more stuff. So January 2025, I know there's been like rumors and stuff about like a Fire Emblem remake for a while.
No idea.
I'm
no
pretty
idea.
sure I've heard something about that. Take that with a grain of salt. I'm thinking I'm remembering this right. So some sort
I
of,
do not follow Fire Emblem stuff.
I don't either. I just remember hearing something about it, probably on Twitter or something like a while ago. Just scrolling in. Oh, Fire Emblem rumor, Fire Emblem remake.
I did just think of something though. If I remember correctly, this year is the 25th anniversary of Mother, I think.
I thought 30th.
30th, maybe. I don't know. It might be 25th of Earthbound. I'm not sure.
thought it was the 30th. I swear it's the
I
30th. I don't know.
it is a big anniversary of the Mother series. I'm pretty sure.
Mother 3 coming to NSO with English translation.
Or so that is
They're not
probably
gonna do a
more
remake.
likely.
They're not gonna do a remake.
They could.
I don't want. I would
They
love. I would love
could.
to see Ness in 3D glory, but I don't know if it's gonna happen.
I doubt it. I think the Mother 3 on NSO is going to happen.
They're finally
Because,
gonna
like,
translate it.
okay, here's the
Officially.
thing, though. Here's the thing. Like, I feel like it's not even that far a long shot for them to translate it officially because Star Fox 2 came to NSO. That was an incomplete game. They didn't finish it before bringing it to the SNES Classic and NSO. Like, they finished an SNES game.
Right.
Like,
So
I feel like it's not too much of a stretch for them to decide to translate Mother 3, which would be sick.
yeah, I think that's actually like that could be possible. I don't know about a remake, but I think Mother 3 is definitely coming this year. Back onto the topic of 2024 from like an hour ago or something.
Yeah.
But 2025 though, like we don't have to go like super far into 2025, but let's like do like the first couple months, I guess, just to get kind of an idea of what we think to launch. Like
Sometime that year is Mario Kart, I think.
oh, so I'm looking on my dock over here. I have Mario Kart as like a March 21st for some reason, but like a March release.
That seems like a good time, honestly. March or April.
I have a 3D or 2D Kirby in April there from like a while ago.
Yeah, I feel like 3D. I feel like the next Kirby is going to be 3D because Forgotten Land was so good.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Forgotten Land looked so good on Switch. Imagine what a 3D Kirby game could look like on the next console. That would be really cool.
How about Tomodachi Life?
That could be cool.
Apparently, I had that as like a February release on my document over here. I think it could be possible because like everyone's like ever since like Miitopia came to the Switch, they've been wanting Tomodachi Life as well, like a sequel or a remake or something.
Yeah. Or maybe Chibi Robo. That's completely different direction. I just remembered it was another Nintendo franchise.
I don't think Chibi Robo's coming back. I think he's dead.
I think they might try. They might try.
After Chibi Robo Ziplash?
They might try. Maybe they remake the original.
Maybe actually, it's
and
hard
then they to figure out if there's interest in it, and if there is, they make a new one.
Yeah. They make Ziplash too.
Okay, what do we think about? This is a bit of a long shot. Well, actually, I'll say one that's not a long shot first. Well, it's still a long shot, but less of a long shot because F-Zero 99 was praised so much.
F-Zero GX
What if-
remaster.
What?
F-Zero GX remaster.
Oh yeah. I was thinking a new game, but a remaster would make more sense. Remaster would make more sense.
Yeah, so
I was thinking though, new Star Fox game though is the one that I think is really out here. Like it just like it's really unlikely, but imagine they actually make a like because haven't the past like couple just been redos of 64?
Basically, but here's the thing:
So what if they actually make a new one?
They got a first port or Star Fox Zero from the Wii U to the newest system before they can make a new Star Fox. Obviously, that's what they gotta do. They obviously gotta port Star Fox Zero.
Honestly, okay, from what I've heard about that game, I haven't played it. From what I've heard, the control issues were the difference between the gamepad and the TV.
Yep.
If everything was just on the TV, which it would be for Switch, I feel like there's the potential for it to actually be good. Because if the main issue was the controls, then that can be fixed in a port, and it might honestly be good. I don't know. That's just my thoughts, though.
So if that is the case, what I want it to be is, was it Assault or was it?
Star Fox Assault was the GameCube, I think.
Yeah, that was like the one with like you would like be able to get.
You could like run on the ground.
Yeah,
and,
so I was hoping it'd be like something like that.
A tank, I think.
Something like that. Yeah,
that would
that'd be kind of cool. But so I guess we.
And then Star Fox won't just be the guy from Smash Bros.
Super Smash Bros. just like Little Mac with Punch Out Wii
Yep, yeah.
remaster.
Okay. Oh, do we think Punch Out Wii remaster happens?
I think it could be possible. I feel like that Nintendo, like they've been seeing like that people like them experimenting with their old franchises. Like, have you seen how like much praise that 099 got? Got a lot of praise. Or like a Metroid, like when Metroid Dread came out after like being the first 2D Metroid
Yes.
in
Metroid,
ages.
I'm so glad that they've done Metroid Dread and now Prime Remastered. Like, Metroid is getting some love. It is great.
So I think Nintendo, like going forward, they're gonna want to try to like experiment a little bit with their old franchises that might be dead.
And
Ice Climbers, no, Ice Climbers are staying on the NES. They're never coming back. But
I feel like I'm the only person that likes Ice Climbers on the NES. I'll be honest.
I
I
don't, I don't.
actually like kind of like it.
It's not like it's bad per se. It's just more
It's just
so.
very simple.
It's
It's
just
it's
more.
more of like an arcade style game. It doesn't really have much depth that could be translated to a modern console.
It's like what would a modern Ice Climber game look like? Like they're exactly like if someone has a concept, please let me know. But
Well, I mean, to be fair, Kid Icarus like
they
had only
revived it.
that NES game. Yeah,
But it was
I
more
feel
of
like
a
they could
platformer though,
potentially.
wasn't it? Like Kid Icarus was kind of a platformer type
Yeah,
game.
and they completely just switched it up. So they could really just completely change something with
But
Ice Climbers.
I don't know. It's like there's not much
I don't know if they should though, because like at that point, why not use a different IP?
exactly. Like Ice Climbers is such a weird IP.
Yeah, but back to Punch Out Wii, I think that is very likely to come because not only would it be good for them to experiment like with old IPs again, but it could be honestly a pretty low effort remaster
Yeah.
because that game already looks great on Wii because it's cell shaded. Or well, not cell shaded technically. I think the art style would translate well.
Yeah.
They could just update a few textures, and I think it would work great. I played it on Wii relatively recently, uh,
I
and
remember it
did everything
looking good.
except for the. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Like at least for a Wii game,
But
it looked great.
yeah, yeah. Um, and also like I looked up some footage of it that's emulated that that just like isn't as pixelated and it looks great in HD without any actual modifications. So just some texture updates would be great,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would love to see that on Switch or Switch 2. I feel like honestly that could come to Switch. That could be
One
something
of the
that comes to Switch.
honestly, like now that I'm thinking about it, I could see like Punch Out Wii Remaster. Like they just call
Yeah,
it like Punch Out. Honestly,
Punch Out HD or something.
Punch Out HD, Punch Out Remastered, whatever. A Punch Out Deluxe, even. Who knows? That could be like one of the last like big, not even big, but one of the like the last like notable Switch titles. I can see that happening. But
Yeah.
is there anything else we want to talk about, or should we just get into questions? Just because we've been going on for a while.
Um,
I don't know.
I think we could go into questions, and if we think of anything through during the questions, we can segue and then go back to questions.
Yeah. So let's see here. So the first one comes in from It's Josiah over on the Discord. All these are gonna come from the Discord, by the way, because I didn't even bother doing a community post because I don't think anyone even really responds to those. They get a lot of likes for some reason, but they never get responses. But from
And
It's just
weirdly, polls always like get so much more likes. I feel like polls are recommended to subscribers more often than normal community
yeah.
posts.
But from It's Josiah, what are the pros and cons of having a Switch 2? The pros is obviously a new Nintendo system,
I don't see many
better
cons
hardware.
except for the fact the con, I guess, the only one would be
Switch is dead.
you to yeah, and to get the new games that Nintendo releases, you probably need that new console. But I mean,
Access
realistically,
would go
both of us are
to.
going to be getting both of us are realistically going to be getting the console, if not day one, close to day one,
My
probably.
honestly, like my goal is, I'm basically so I have like two kind of options I could do because I feel like unfortunately whether I like it or not, the Switch 2 is gonna be like as I'm going into college because like that September like
Yeah,
so I feel like when it comes to day one I'm gonna want to like because this could be a Friday. So maybe what I have to do is like on a day before class, one day I had to go to like a Walmart, sit there for a couple hours before the store opens and hope that they have Switch 2s in there. Either that or I could
Yeah.
like try really early on, like pre-ordering it through like Best Buy or Amazon or something, and hoping I get it near day one, but it's hard to say.
What I'm probably going to do is pre-order at a game. Excuse me. Pre-order at a GameStop.
Oh,
Just because they do. No. But here's the thing. I go there the day it's announced and pre-order it there for in-store pre-order because then I don't have to worry about shipping delays. That's what I do for most pre-orders because they offer in-store pickup for pre-orders. I can just like get it there that day, and I have it then. Like it doesn't.
now
It doesn't
I
have to ship.
would maybe do that. I don't know if there's any GameStops near where. I think there might be.
Really? There are like 5 that are like
Yeah,
drivable
but
from my house.
But you live in Florida. I live in no man's land, Wisconsin.
Fair. I honestly would think that I could have sworn they were like I just thought they were like just everywhere,
There's
all
like
over the place.
one in like a 40-mile radius of me. It's in like a
That's
mall, so it's like not even like a full-fledged.
dang.
I think about the retro game store I go to is bigger than the GameStop.
Well, I mean, GameStops typically are pretty small.
Oh yeah, but still, like,
Yeah.
if that tells you anything, like it's small because it's in a mall.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
I don't. Yeah, there is. I don't think there's any cons really of a Switch 2 besides having to buy a new system. That's
unless it doesn't switch, unless it's the next console isn't a Switch 2, then there's the cons of it not being handheld. But
I think they're gonna be going with
they're almost definitely going to do another Switch. I feel like.
from Wailing Gecko. When do you guys think the Switch 2 or whatever the next or whatever the console Nintendo's working on is coming out? I think we kind of already talked about it. September, October.
Yeah, September,
I'm-
October.
I'm
Yeah.
going to September 27th. Do you want to like just put in like a specific day that you want to knock out?
I'll say October 4th.
October 4th? All right. Well, we got a 50-50 here. I think it's going to be one of those 2 weeks, honestly, though.
Yeah, me too.
Akari asks, do I get my Metroid this year? No.
Maybe
yes.
Prime Remastered. Or not Prime Remastered. Prime 4. Prime 4.
Prime 4. Yes.
Oh, I just thought of something. And
Please.
I doubt they do this and Prime 4 because that's a lot of Metroid, but they could do a Super Metroid remake on Switch 2 in the Dread engine. I don't think it's on Switch. It might be on Switch, but I feel like
I can see like first year, honestly, like so there's a 3D and a 2D Metroid, but that would be weird, like
Yeah.
a 3D and 2D Metroid, but no 2D Mario.
yeah, but I mean think about it. Metroid Prime released on the same day as Metroid Fusion.
That's true. But those are two different systems.
Yeah, that is true. Overall, because let me think. Metroid 1 was remastered in Zero Mission for the Game Boy Advance. Metroid 2 was remastered in Samus Returns on the 3DS. Metroid 3 has not been remastered, which is Super Metroid. Metroid 4 is already on the Game Boy Advance, which is like the controls. It feels like a modern game. Like it doesn't really need a remaster, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then there's Dread, which unless they're PlayStation, they're not going to remaster a game from the
Exactly.
what PlayStation is doing. Complete side tangent that
here.
I will Last of Us. I cannot speak today. Last of Us. Why the heck are they doing
Last of Us.
Last
2
of Us?
remastered.
And also The Last of Us Part 1, which is a remake of the original Last of Us, even though they already remastered it for the PS4.
Money.
So they're remastering the remaster. What the heck?
PlayStation. That's just what PlayStation does.
Yep.
But
Anyway though. Yeah, Metroid, I'd say at least one Metroid thing this year. If we don't get Prime 4, I think Super Metroid Remake does happen this year.
or Prime 2 and 3
As-
remastered.
That too. But I do think
Those I think are just
if-
gonna be shadow drops.
honestly, Prime 4, I could see it where Prime 4, and I kind of hope this isn't the case because I really want Prime 4, but I could see it where Prime 4 isn't a launch title, and instead, because we don't have any 2D anything in the launch lineup right now, I believe. 2D Metroid could be the 2D, as in a remake of Super Metroid, and that's a launch title.
Yeah. I feel like that like they're
I
gonna
could see
want to.
it.
I think they'd want to like push the limits of the system and show off. Yep, this is a powerful system. So I think Metroid Prime 4
True.
would be the launch title. But
Yeah.
if it's not Metroid Prime 4, I could see probably another Metroid game. I know that we're for sure
Yeah.
gonna get the Mario. Um, from Josh, do you think that Nintendo will stick with the Switch brand from here on out? Like basically
Yes.
like
Oh,
for like forever, kind of. I'm gonna assume that.
I don't think they ever go back to a dedicated handheld and home console. I think they keep the Switch gimmick, but
They
they
might
add
switch the
on
name.
other gimmicks as well. Kind of like almost like they keep aspects of older consoles with each new console. Like for example, N64 introduced the idea of 4 controller ports instead of just 2. Then the GameCube had that as well. The Wii also you could connect 4 controllers in one. Like that's something that's persisted. And this might be something like that, except on a much larger scale.
I, yeah, I could see that. Or it could be like even like from like the DS to the 3DS. Like it's like the DS, the dual screen, and then they built onto that, added the 3D gimmick. So just adding like little gimmicks here and there to make like the new system be like, yep, this is different, but it's not the Wii
Except they
U.
keep doing that. Except they keep doing that so then like throughout the future of all their consoles. I don't think they ever get rid of the Switch gimmick.
Yeah, I don't know if they keep the name Switch, but I hope so. Like
Yeah,
I think Nintendo
I think
has,
they could. For branding wise, it's very possible they do end up keeping it.
as long as the next system's successful. If it ends up being like another
Yeah.
Wii U, as long as they don't call it the Switch U, they're fine.
If they do the reveal trailer and it's Switch U, I
But
don't
this
think
system is for you.
I
Introducing the
don't okay.
Switch U.
Because I don't think it would be as much of a disaster as the Wii to the Wii U because A, the Switch already has more of an install base, but B, I don't think everyone would think the Switch U is an accessory or a revision of the Switch. I think they would still realize it's a new console because of how much faster information travels nowadays. Just because of like how much more widespread the internet is. Because with the Wii to the Wii U, like the internet was very much in use at that time, but still, like this was 2012
Yeah.
versus 2024. Like there's a big difference in how much the internet is used and also the how fast information does travel across it. So I
But
think people would realize it's a new console. It still would not be as good as if they called it the Switch 2, but I don't think it would be as tragic as what happened to the Wii U.
as long as they don't spend all their time focusing on a controller,
On the new controller.
on the new gamepad, as long as they don't do that, they should be fine. But I guess this is gonna be like kind of an extension. Do you think there will be a new or do you think it will be still like the Switch gimmick, or if there is, or okay, sorry, if there is a new gimmick, this is from Matt the Gamer 10, by the way. If there's a new gimmick for the system, what do we think it's gonna be? Like, if it's not the Switch 2, what should the new gimmick be? If they don't go with the Switch 2 route,
Hmm. That is a good question.
I
And I
don't
do not know.
know what Nintendo could possibly do. Like with them, it's hard to like predict what they're gonna do. Like, who knows? Maybe their next system, if it's not the Switch 2, maybe it's just like a whole freaking VR headset. That's
What if it's the first VR headset that you fully wear? So like you know how there are those things where like you can wear them in VR and like it's like does impact if you get shot in the game or something? What if it's like a whole suit of that and like it like makes it feel like you're actually like running around in the game or I don't think this will happen by the way.
no.
This is entirely speculative. There is a 0% chance Nintendo does this. This idea just popped into my head though. Uh it would be interesting. I think it's a horrible idea though for Nintendo
Oh yeah,
specifically.
because
But
Nintendo's like, I don't know what possibly like any gimmick could possibly be like for a new system that's not a like handheld console hybrid. Like if they go back to just consoles and handhelds again, like I don't even know what they would possibly do at this point.
yeah, the Nintendo 4DS allows you to enter the fourth dimension. It
True,
allows you to time travel. The world's first time machine is the Nintendo 4DS.
true. But I guess the last one comes in from Nintendo. Jacob, are you down bad?
No,
Yeah, so I'm thinking when I said that it's gonna be someone that's like showing up on the channel a lot. I'm gonna guess he probably thought it was Crazy Tendo, so he wanted to like ask Crazy Tendo that question. You guys will know with the trio video coming out soon. I'm not gonna leak anything, but once that trio video's out,
Is that a
you'll
reference?
it is a reference. You'll understand.
Okay.
You'll understand. But I think that's it for this one. How long have we been going for? 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Dear Lord.
With
That's a while.
totally not any like little intermissions here and there. But
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
I think that's it for this one. Is there anything else you want to say before we finish off?
Whatever Nintendo's next console is, whether it's this year or next year or the year following,
I don't think it's gonna be that late in the
oh
50.
yeah,
That'd be
you
crazy.
never know. You never
9
know. You never
years of
know.
Nintendo Switch. That would be crazy.
But whenever that is, I'm just like really excited of the prospect of it happening, and it's just like it still feels surreal to me that that console is like it is a thing. It is going to happen at some point in theory, unless Nintendo decides to use the Switch until the end of time, which is
Which
not
would
going to happen. But
Which
it would be funny.
goofy.
It would be
It'd
funny.
be hilarious, but I really hope not. Nintendo, please just give us a new console.
Yeah. And really quick side tangent. I just remember we never talked about this. When it was leaked that the Switch 2 was apparently shown behind closed doors to developers, it was shown that they showed a version of Breath of the Wild
Yes.
with no load times and like in higher frame rate and resolution. Do we think that uh Switch games, certain Switch games, if you have the Switch version, do you think you just get an enhanced version of it automatically if there is one if you have the original game, or do you think you have to pay extra to get the enhanced version for the Switch 2?
Again, I think Arlo talked about this in his video.
Yeah, he
So
said
it was
$10 extra per
yeah.
game, I think.
So here's what I was thinking. So like, kind of expanding on that. So like, if you have like it digitally, or even if you have like the cartridge, if you have the cartridge in, then you can get like the visually enhanced version for $10 extra. But you can get like a physical edition of that game, like a Switch 2 edition, like
For 70.
yeah, for 70 on the like you'd had to pay the $70 to have it physically. But
Yeah. I think it would be really cool to have versions of like a lot of Switch games that are just like enhanced. Uh
in terms of games I could see being like that, I could see like uh Mario Odyssey again, Breath of the Wild, maybe
yeah, of
Tears of the
course.
Kingdom. Um,
Mario Odyssey, imagine if in the visually enhanced version of it, instead of having just no load times, um but like or for having no load time, you obviously still need to travel from kingdom to kingdom,
yeah,
right? What if in this version you actually could like get in the Odyssey, pilot it above the earth, and you could manually travel to kingdoms? I don't think they would add all of that just for a visually enhanced version.
no,
Just, but it would be really cool to show off the fact that there aren't load times needed, that you could just go. Again, I doubt it, but it would be cool.
let's see, what's some other games like I could see maybe Smash. They don't want to do a new Smash. They could just do like a
Like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Definitive Edition.
or Deluxe or something. Yeah, with all the
Yeah.
DLC. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Deluxe. That's just such a mouthful to say. Holy moly!
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Hmm.
Maybe Xenoblade 3.
I haven't played it, but as far as I know, isn't it already? It already looks really good on Switch, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then like a visually enhanced version of that as well, because like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild look good on Switch too.
Yeah. And I really hope that Nintendo doesn't just end up using that enhanced Breath of the Wild thing, if it is real, which I feel like it probably is based on how many sources said the same thing. But I really hope they don't just keep it as a tech demo for developers. Like, I hope they release it.
Yeah, but who knows with Nintendo? It's hard to say. They
Yeah.
are a company that likes keeping their stuff quiet.
Yep.
Unless you're some developer whose kids able to find the Super Smash Bros. For 3DS roster.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Anyways,
yeah, I feel like that's everything I want to say, I think.
Yeah, and I think we covered quite a good amount of stuff. There's a lot of side tangents in here. I mean, just looking at the length of this podcast episode, we had some
I do
tangents in
tend to
here.
rant.
I
I
do
do tend
too.
to rant.
That's just what happens
Yep.
when you get a Nintendo GameBlock collaboration here. I mean, you guys will see that probably soon in the future as well. But I mean, a lot of the tangents will probably get cut out. But you guys will see in the future what we're referring to. Well, I mean, like I said,
Yep.
we didn't talk about Mario Kart DLC for a reason. But with that said, I think that's it for this one. This was episode 8, ChrisCast. I hope I did just say like episode 7 at the beginning and then just a completely different episode number at the end.
No, it was 8. I'm pretty
It was
sure.
8. Okay, yeah, that was episode 8 of ChrisCast. Thanks, Jacob, for joining me once again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you've been showing up on the channel a lot in the last year or so.
At this rate, I'm showing up on your channel more than I'm showing up on my own with how long the video is taking on my channel. I have not uploaded in so long. It's
Same,
really
man.
getting
Honestly,
bad.
like outside of by Chris's covers video, it's been like almost 2 months. It's bad.
Yeah, same.
It's bad. But yeah, that's it for this one. Make sure if you guys haven't yet, go subscribe to GameBlock. The link to his channel will be down below.
Thank you.
He makes some great Nintendo content. Uh, you know, I mean, you guys should know this by now. I mean, I've made so many videos with him. If you're not subscribed to him yet, what are you doing? He shows up on my channel more often than my upload schedule is. So, yeah, we're both guilty of that. Anyways,
Yeah.
again, subscribe to the channel if you made it this far into the podcast and you enjoyed it. This is like the only time you're going to hear me ever say subscribe to the channel because I don't like saying that in my own videos, like my own main videos. But yeah, make sure you follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Deezer, whatever you're listening on. But with that said,
Are you actually on Deezer?
I don't think so. It'd be funny if I
It,
am,
would-
though.
it would be funny.
That's just the running gig at this point. But yeah,
Yes.
with that said, I'm the biggest nub on YouTube, ChrisTendo. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully there's
ya.
a next one. Peace.
Probably. Hopefully. Bye.
Adios.